Yo, we in here. November 30th. It's about 12:33 right there, right here on the West Coast. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Ready to tape. We're finna jump into these AFC playoff predictions. Really not predictions, actually, just the standings. And we're gonna look at what we have. We're gonna look at what we have and what we got looking forward to the rest of the season. So I appreciate everybody that's been pulling up, everybody that is here today. If y'all can, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. And let's go ahead and hop right into the chat. See who's pulling up on us today. Give it a few minutes. Let's see. Central Cali Bear, boy, pulled up early for us at 12. Said, let's get it. Yes, sir. You already know. We had a long week ahead of us. We had a Thursday night game, Thanksgiving against the Cowboys. So we had a long stretch. We didn't get no Raiders football yesterday, but it's just a longer time we can enjoy a W against them Cowgirls. You feel me? So Central Cali, appreciate you pulling up on us, folks. Anthony, I see you, folks. Appreciate you being here, man. Neek, I see you in the building. Says, what's up, Raid? Roselle fam, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Shout out to the fam. Is Mullen playing against Washington football team? It's not 100% yet. Not 100% yet. I believe it's a day-by-day thing. It's a day-by-day thing, and we're still waiting for the really just still waiting for the confirmation from the coaching staff. One crucial injury, I always say that we need, not injury, I guess, because it's COVID, but the long snapper sees is definitely something we need to look out for. Yo, it's good. Farrell from the East, always pulling up, always supporting the kid. Appreciate you pulling up, folks. X to the G, I see you. I see you. XG. XG, he says, when we going to see some Javin White? When we going to see some Javin White? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure yet. 100% sure. Y'all know I'm a fan of Javin White. I think he has a lot of speed. That will help in coverage. We've seen that come up in coverage, but he has to get those snaps and that experience. And we'll see how he really plays. But we just getting warmed up in this live. See what else we got. Yeah, Farrell says he played well before the injury on preseason. Yeah, that shit was scary when he got injured. I thought he was done. Yeah, salute Raider Nation family. Robert in the building. Pennant, I see you. Mike Castle, let's go. Tossie, let's go. Yes, sir. Kevin Lurker, Ray was good with it. What's good with you, Lurker? Kevin in the building. Yo, B-Rod in the building. I see you, folks. B-Rod pulled us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to the X. Yeah. We got to go 4-2, make playoffs. You know, my before the season started, I had my personal prediction of 10-7 with the wild card. That's really what I'm sticking with. That's what I'm sticking with. So we definitely got to go 4-2. Got to get 4 more wins. Monkey Raider in the building. Anish, I see you, folks. 916 Raider was Gucci native. Yes, sir. I see you, folks, in the 916 with us. Yes, sir. Reality 69 at work. ONT6. Appreciate you still supporting, even though you're from work, over at work. TC in the building. TC is in the building. ONT6 in the building. Freddie pulled up on us. What's up, Ray? What you think if we plug Abram as linebacker instead of KJ? Good question, man. Good question. But my thing is, Abrams is just too small. Abrams is too small to play a linebacker, in my opinion, man. He's not really that. He's really not that strong to play against offensive linemen like that. He's really a lot better on the perimeter, on the outside, to where he can match up against tight ends, DBs, and get around those blocks. He's not that great at going against offensive linemen. KJ Wright definitely comes in to play in situational downs, and I think that's how we should keep it. Abram, keep him as strong safety. Keep him as a strong safety playing inside the box. Let him do what he's doing. He's leading the league in tackles as a defensive back. So he's doing his job. He gets caught out in coverage, and I think that's when we need to be most weary. Like that's when we have to have the most awareness. When it's a passing situation, when you think they could take a shot, that's when we need to pay attention to where Abram is on the field, where he could potentially be caught up in. I just don't see him playing linebacker. An example would be Keanu Neal. Keanu Neal was a safety. He moved to linebacker. We just played him against the Cowboys. He's 20 pounds heavier. I believe we have a few guys. We have Devon Diablo and we have I'm drawing a blank. Nicholas Morrow. Those both were playing safety. We moved both of them to linebacker, and they're both also about 20 pounds heavier than John Abrams. So it's That's my opinion. I think Abrams doing fine where he's at. He's just a liability in coverage, and that will be on the coaching staff on whether you coach him up to play better in coverage or you take him out in those certain situations. Edgar V, what's good, my G? Bring back Solomon Thomas, Quentin Jefferson, and Perriman. I would definitely want to bring back Solomon Thomas. He's looking good. It looks like he's getting his health under him. It looks like he's getting his feet under him as well. He's gelling well with this offense, with his defensive line and his coaching staff. Quentin Jefferson, definitely. Quentin Jefferson is definitely interesting because personally, I think he can be a liability sometimes. But we have a good rotation. We would have to we would have to figure out what we do because we also have actually all of our defensive tackles are on 1-year contracts. So we'd have to look at that. Perriman, he'll stay with us till next year because he's on contract, I believe. So definitely keeping him around. Central Cali Bears says 10-7, like the coin flip prediction. Yo, that was my prediction before I heard of a coin. You feel me? So that's just what it was. This is what it was. 10-7 with the wild card spot. That's just what it is. Let's see. In most recent news, let's see if I can find anything. I know somebody asked about Trayvon Mullen. Right now, it's kind of just day to day. It says he had about 2 weeks of progressing. Nicholas Morrow looks like he has about 2 to 4 more weeks to go. Trent Siege is on the COVID list, our long snapper. So that's something definitely we got to look out for. And Tristan Hill of the Dallas Cowboys suspended 2 games for punching John Simpson following the Raiders' 36-33 win over the Cowgirls on Thanksgiving. That's definitely something in news. But let's go ahead and hop into these playoff standings so we can go ahead and look at what the hell we got going on in the future. Matter of fact, before we hop into it, before we look at the records, let me know right now. We have about over 50 people in the chat. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. And I want to hear from the chat right now. Do we make the playoffs? I need to know right now. Do we make the playoffs? Let me know. You can put a thumbs up, thumbs down, yes, no, why, and whatever, however you want to indicate if you think we make the playoffs or not. Let me know right now in the chat. I want to see the chat blow up. Yes or no, thumbs up, thumbs down. Do we make the playoffs? And then we're going to hop right into the AFC standings. Let's see what we got. Let's see what the nation is. See what the sentiment in the nation is if we make the playoffs or not. Washington is going to be tough this week. Yep, we'll hop into it. I want to see Tyron Johnson activated this week. We need the speed. Definitely need the speed. I don't know what Stoner is out there for. I feel like we could replace him on special teams with somebody else that's out there on the field and then bring up Tyron Johnson. So we could definitely get some more speed out there. Him, Zay, and Deshaun Jackson on the field would be definitely a nice combination. Chris says, what's the coin say for next game? Coin for next game says we win against the Washington football team, but we lose the following week to the Kansas City Chiefs. Malcolm Kuhn is going to get some playing time this week. Roselle asked, and I don't know. That's the kind of the word that's kind of being put out right now. It's not 100% because Carl Nassib is doubtful. I doubt he's going to play. So I think, based on that, I think we could see some Malcolm Kuntz this week. Definitely something to look forward to if we do get that confirmation. I'm definitely looking forward to see Malcolm Kuntz. Sorry if you hear a bunch of background noise. I got my window open. Risky Productions, all we need is Adams next year and some fillers to be serious championship contenders. Yeah, I would say more of playoff contenders. Our defense definitely has to get better to be talking about championship contenders, but definitely to be locked in for the playoffs, at least to say on paper, if we get Adams, we definitely should be locked in for playoffs then. But let's see what we got. Do we make the playoffs? Let's start right here. 510 says yes. 916 says yes. Risky, yes. Souza says, I don't think so. LV, Maximus says yes. All we need is Adams next. Oh, okay. Yep, and some fillers. Thumbs up, yes. Hopefully we get our long snapper back for this game and no one else caught the Wu flu. Oof, the Wu flu. Yes. Hell yes. We run the table. Yeah, buddy. So for the most part, yes. Kevin Lucker says no. Queen is undecisive. She says, I don't know. Waller has checked out, don't want to be there. Oof, I kind of feel the same way, but I don't really say that because people are going to be on my head, boy, if I say that. And he's, I don't know, maybe. So the sentiment right now, we definitely can, but will we? I don't know. Yeah. How are we going to stop that run this week? How are we going to stop that run? I have no idea. Yo, what's up with you, Rob? I see you, Jackie Chun, in the building. I don't know. We need D-Jax to start as our number one and Mullen back. Hope D-Wall isn't out in the KC game. Yeah, and the only comment I'll have on Darren Waller right now is if Darren Waller doesn't play against the Kansas City Chiefs, he does not want to be here. He does not want to be here. He's going to let the injuries linger so he could rest the rest of the year. And then he's going to ask or hold out for a contract extension or maybe even a trade. That's just my opinion. He's looking for money if he doesn't want to play against the Chiefs. That's just my opinion. An IT band, get your pussy ass up off the fucking couch and go play some football. That's bullshit. That's straight bullshit. You should play against the Redskins, excuse my language, but that pisses me off. Waller is too good on this team to be sent back talking about an IT band. I've never heard anybody in the NFL talking about an IT band holding them out of the game. I just don't remember hearing that. I don't remember hearing that. Not if Max Crosby, if Josh Jacobs, all these younger guys are out there playing through injuries, a torn labrum in the shoulder or something like that, and you're worried about an IT band, dude? An IT band? That's a joke. That's a joke. So I don't know. That's just my personal. That's just my personal opinion. Like that's just my personal opinion. And 510 says IT band hurts like hell though. Look, brother, I've had a bad. The only reason I will speak on that is because I had personal experience, and that's the only reason I'm willing to speak on it, man. Darren Waller is young. The dude's like 29. Chowder, Darren Waller is like 29 years old, bro. That's young. Old, and you got to think about it. The dude's only been playing 3-4 years. 3-4 years, So did he tear? It's not even a tear. That's the thing. You're not going to tear your IT band. If you tore your IT band, boy, you not coming back in 1-2 weeks, bro. If I don't even a torn IT band, I'm gonna look it up real quick. A torn IT. He don't have a torn IT band though. He don't have a torn IT band. Mm-mm. Uh, yeah, he don't have a torn IT band. I believe it's just a sprain or something like that. You can play through pain. That's what separate good from greats. That's kind of how I feel, JoJo. You know what I mean? Imagine this. Imagine, I don't know. That's just me. That's just me, though. That's it. That's it. Darren Waller is a recovering addict, so he has to handle the pain more than anyone else. Bro, I ain't worried. I don't even see that's extra stuff. I'm not getting into that. IT band is IT brand, bro. I know what it was. The moment they said it, I was like, bro, you need to play. Maybe 1 week just to get the rest, to stretch it out, to stretch out the IT band. But after that, I'm like, bro, you better play against the Chiefs. Like, quit it. Like that's just what I think. But let's go ahead, not get too far off track because I definitely want to talk about um the AFC standings. AFC standings. There's going to be some competition out here, so let's go ahead and pull up some AFC standings so we can see what we're going to face in the near future, or what we could potentially face in the near future. 510 says most def he needs to play against Chiefs. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm not saying he can't sit out a week or anything like that, but I think with the significance of the injury, you should be able to play against the Chiefs. It's a division game. We need as much talent as we can get. You got to play that game. Dede says JoJo gonna have to escort. JoJo gonna have to escort you. JD in the building. Shout out to the Crenshaw district. You already know he got to put on for his city every single time. Mad respect. Sorry for bringing the Waller up. No, it's all good. He's part of the team. Queen says maybe he's saying because he probably won't take nothing for the pain. Potentially. Colts, Chiefs are the hardest opponents on our schedule remaining. I would say Browns, but they struggling right now. Yeah, as long as Baker Mayfield is back there, they for sure going to be struggling. The one thing I would say about that, matter of fact, let's just pull this up real quick. Let's just pull up this standings because I don't really want to get too far off track. I want to go ahead and pull this up, and so you guys can see. If you guys can see, let me know. If you guys can see that, let me know. But I'm gonna go ahead and start running through. I'm gonna go ahead and start running through this. If I have to make it, let me see. Control. All right. Let's go ahead and look at the standings. We could look at the conference. We'll look at the conference. And here we are. Actually, I'll make it closer. That should be good right there. All right, y'all should be able to see that. So right now we are looking at the A seed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or the 9th seed. This got us in the 9th seed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9th seed. How y'all feeling about being in the 9th? How y'all feeling being in that 9th spot right now? So based on this, we are in the 9th spot. That's pretty tough. We have the Chiefs ahead of us, of course, the Broncos, and then we have the Chargers right here with us. Let me go back. See how this aligns. Okay. We have the Chargers with 6-5 ahead of us. We have the Broncos with 6-5 ahead of us, and the Chiefs with 7-4 ahead of us. 6-5. It doesn't say divisional. Let me see. I thought it said division record, but I do not see it. What's the division record at? Oh, there it is. Division record, so I can't even pull it all the way up. It won't let me. It's all good. We can see it right here on the screen. But we have the Ravens, which we beat, which is a good thing because we'll have a tiebreaker there with the Ravens. Also, we know we beat the Broncos. We lost to the Chargers. We lost to the Chiefs. Lost to the Patriots. All right, we haven't played the Patriots, Titans. We lost to the Bengals. Haven't played the Bills. Dang, that's tough. That's tough. So we lost to 3 of these teams and only beat 2. So that could probably bite us. That could probably bite us in the ass. We beat the Steelers if they ever want to come back. We do play the Browns and the Colts, which is going to be pretty difficult. So let's go ahead and look at our schedule and see what we could potentially get. Does this not show our schedule? Okay, here we go. Full schedule. See what we could potentially get out of this remaining season. Let's see what we can get out of this remaining season. Washington football team. I think we could get a dub out of that. If we don't, then if we don't get a dub out of this, I don't know what to say. Do you guys see us beating the Washington football team? I think we do. The Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. This is going to be a tough game. We've already taken 1 L. If we go out there and lose again, it's going to probably solidify their spot in the AFC West if the rest of the division plays the same way they've been playing. Kansas City has been skating by. They're coming off of a bye week. Andy Reid is known to be one of the best coaches coming off of a bye week. I think he's lost maybe less than 5 games after the bye week, but has won multiple games after the bye week. So then we got Cleveland. I know people were talking about the Cleveland game, and this is why I'm so worried about the running game on our team. We have to get the run game going. We have to get the run game going. We have to. Let's see what the chat's talking about in here. Let's see what the chat's saying. Fernando says 7th seed Raiders according to the coin. Yeah, they got us behind the Broncos. That's why I was counting them messed up. They got us behind the Broncos. We should be ahead of the Broncos because of the tiebreaker. Baker is a crash test dummy. Dude won't quit. Gotta respect that. He's playing through the pain, but his fans wish he he'd quit. Yeah, that boy Baker. I know people like to say Baker and Derek Carr are in the same tier of quarterback, but Baker Mayfield is not that good. Anthony Carver in the building. I see you folks. Lonnie Raider Red, I see you. Yep, got us last in our division. Oof. I think we're ahead. I think we're ahead of the Broncos, though. I think we should be ahead of the Broncos, though. Division record is the first tiebreaker. Okay, so division record is the first tiebreaker. Makes sense. Yeah, we have the tiebreaker over the Broncos, most definitely. Anthony Carver says the coin. Everybody's talking about that coin. Mr. Ray, boss man, love your channel. Appreciate it, day. Make sure you hold it down doing that security out there, brother. It's dangerous. Gravy Top Shelf Oil says, yo, Ray, if he takes sobriety seriously, he won't take pain meds. But my brother had the same issue. He missed 3 days. Yeah, see, 3 days. We played on Thursday and we played this Sunday. So you get a week in 3 days. You know what I mean? A week in 3 days, 10 days. I think that's enough time to come back, to bounce back. Dick Vitale in the building. Glad to see you back out here. Glad to see you back out here, brother. Yeah. Kevin says, does anyone know where this coin dude is at? Yeah, I don't know about this coin thing. Well, I know about the coin thing, but I'm not basing anything off of that. We can play for first in the division if things fall into place in week 14. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one, man. Raid, when are you going to pull up to San Jose? Shit, probably never. Probably never. Hey, what's out there in San Jose, man? What's up, Andrew? What's in San Jose? Kevin Jackson says, where can I find the damn coin? Honestly, I don't know where this guy is with the coin. I don't know where he's at. T. Deasley, anyone who thinks Baker and Carr are on the same level just showed how little they know about football. Yeah, Baker Mayfield is like a better Johnny Manziel almost, in my opinion. He's just not that good, though. Rather West Wall at this game and be ready for KC. I don't really want any of our players to rest because I don't feel like they deserve to rest. You lose these games now. Every game on the rest of the season, it matters, right? So with that right there, I just feel as if we're gonna definitely need to have every player we can get it. 510 Reddit says Reddit. Yeah, Lonnie said Reddit as well. I seen. I think it's on Reddit. The coin. Yeah, I don't really be on Reddit, so I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. But let's hop back into the schedule just to see what we have. So say we go down and beat Washington and we lose to the Chiefs, right? Hypothetically speaking, at that point we would be 7-6 with only one division win. Say we beat Cleveland, we'll be 8-6. We beat Denver, we'll be 9-6. And this right here is where things get sticky. Things get tricky. Do we have what it takes to beat the Indianapolis Colts? Do we have what it takes? Our run game, as we all know, has been just terrible. Our run game has been terrible. And this is what they thrive off of. Indy thrives off of their run game, and that's where we're weak at. So that's going to be tough right there. Also, at this time of the year, it's basically a must win. It's basically a must win. So we'll have to see. We have to win one of these, without a doubt. And even if, say we lose to the Chiefs and then we go down here, beat the Broncos and then beat the Chargers, I'd rather beat the Chargers than the Colts probably. Depending, we're not going to know till we get later into the season, depending on what the Chargers and the Colts do. Because if the Colts are still in it and the Chargers are still in it, that's going to be the huge deciding factor. Same thing with the Broncos. These three AFC teams right here. So it's going to get real tricky. It's going to get real tricky. It's going to be definitely interesting. It's going to be fun getting to that point of the season because everything is going to matter. Everything is going to everything at the beginning of the season matters, but that's when things start getting a little bit more stressful. You start to get that pressure and see what this team does because a lot of times we have folded. We have folded in the past, as you guys know. So, but 6-5 here, we definitely beat the Broncos. So I believe we should be ahead of them. Holy smokes, we've scored 259 points, but we've let up 295 points. We've let up the most points out of every single one of these teams. Out of every single one of these teams, we've given up the most points. That's unacceptable. If we want to get later into the season, in this month of December, you need two things. You need a solid defense, and you need a solid run game. And I think people are underestimating that. I think we've been looking at how well the quarterback can play for so long that we're just overlooking the rest of the football team. And it's going to blow up in our face if we don't figure this out. Giving up 295 points. That's the most out of everybody in this hunt. Okay, so the Jets is the only team to give up more points than us. Definitely unacceptable. So that's interesting right there. Let's see what the chat got to say about it. Yes, they suspended Hill, the defensive tackle on the Cowboys, for 2 games for punching John Simpson. Let's go against the coin and go 6-0. Yeah. Well, honestly, if we went against the coin, we would be 2-4. You feel me? Quan, I see you folks. Dirty Raider in the building. I seen Dirty Raider was in the building. Coin guy work at the coin wash. That boy funny. Austin says San Pedro Square is pretty happening in San Jose. Great drinks and food. San Pedro Square. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Ricky 7 says Shark Tank. Yep. I have to go hit up a Sharks game for sure. I heard they be lit. Most definitely they be lit. You right. There ain't nothing to do down here with the Sharks. And go to a Sharks game. Them Sharks games I heard be popping. Week 14 is most important. We can play for the division versus Chiefs. It is important. Do you think we actually win that? 5-0 Raider. Let me know. Do you think we beat the Chiefs though that week? First super chat of the day is from Queen Raider Rep. Appreciate the support. She says, just wanted to send love and support to the channel. Rate them likes. Yeah, make sure I rate them likes. We over 150 deep out here. If y'all new here, hit the sub button. You already know the routine. Hit the like button. Appreciate everybody supporting, everybody that's pulling up to talk this Raiders football playoff picture. And I definitely appreciate the support. Queen always supporting me every time I pull up. Joseph said, I think our run game turns around week 13 and start running 135 a game. Oof, 135 a game? I hope so. I'm really looking for our run game to start turning up. I really am, JoJo. I'm really looking for our run game to start turning up because, like I just said, a lot of people say we're gonna make the playoffs, which I think we do make the playoffs. I'm sticking with what I said. I think we go 10-7. We make a wild card spot, make the playoffs, but we have to have a run game, y'all. We have to have a run game because there's no way we can go to the East Coast, play a Bills, Baltimore, Cincinnati team, right? Who else is there? You got Baltimore, you got New England, right? Kansas City, Cincinnati, Buffalo. These teams, you cannot play these teams in their home stadium on the road without a run game. It just won't happen. It just won't work. Can you imagine throwing the ball 40 to 50 times in the snow? Can y'all imagine that? With no run game. I just can't see that. Just can't. Fang in the building. Fang Vu in the building. My brother. He says, you're the only one on social media for me that makes sense when talking about Raider football. Yo, Fang Vu, appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words and the support, brother. I do my social media is just funny because I'll be talking. If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Uh, as far as posting daily and routinely, I post on my Instagram a lot more about Raiders football. Just because it's a lot easier. It's more to post pictures and just chat and stuff like that. As far as DMs and responding to post. So make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Rate the Tape. Definitely, I'll respond to most of the time. I'll respond to the DMs and I'll get to you. So make sure y'all pull up at me on Instagram. Love talking shit with y'all. Dick Vitale is a new member. Everybody that's a member of the squad, make sure y'all welcome Dick Vitale to the membership. I hope to see you pull up to the membership only lives. Gonna be breaking down that film against the Cowboys, that Thanksgiving game. I think I'm gonna post that live tomorrow for the members only. We'll watch the when I pull up, I'll ask the people in the membership in the chat to if they want to see the offense or the defense. So if you join the membership, we watch the all 22 film on the previous game on the previous week, and then we'll go over the offense or defense, and I'll ask you guys beforehand and find out. Sometimes we'll flip flop, but whatever y'all want to see. I know a lot of people are going to probably want to see what that offense was looking like against the Cowboys, just to see some different things. So we'll probably end up be doing that. Souza, definitely need to run the ball going forward. Yes, we have to run the ball going forward. Roselle says, is Josh Jacobs getting a new contract and coming back next year? I wouldn't give Jacobs a new contract. That's just me. It kind of depends on what kind of contract, but at the same time, I feel like you could get a, I don't know. I ain't been getting calls all day. All of a sudden I go live, people want to call me. I feel like I've been if you were to get a smaller contract, then yeah, but you can get a good running back later in the draft, right? Jonathan Taylor, second round pick, Miles Sanders, second round pick. We didn't even have to get Jacobs in the first round, so I feel like I wouldn't. I just wouldn't personally. I feel like we can get somebody faster. We need a faster running back too. He can't pass outside, and he can't catch that well, right? He's not really. He wasn't coming out of college as an all-around running back. This one is the syrup sipper. He says, realest Raider fan, YouTuber, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate that. Some people say I'm a fake fan sometimes. I think it's funny. No pass 45 times in the snow. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to do that. You're gonna get bullied out the stadium. Anthony says I'd give Jacobs a contract if he was all around. And that's what I'm saying. I would give Jacobs a contract if he was all around, but really he's just not an all-around back. He's just not. Right? He's just not. Ooh, let's go back. But let's go ahead and look at let's look at the AFC West division. Let's see what we have in store for us, because we need to keep an eye on our division rivals. We have to keep an eye on our division rivals. So let's go ahead and look at Denver, who just smoked the Chargers this past week. And see the full schedule. The Broncos beat the Chargers surprisingly. Not surprisingly. Not 100% sure if that's surprising or not to you guys. Excuse me. It is to me. I thought the Chargers were going to beat them. Even Teddy Bridgewater even got hurt, which we should probably look at. Oh goodness. So the Chiefs play the Broncos this Sunday. Chiefs play the Broncos this Sunday. This is a huge game for us. AFC West game right here. Huge game. So the Chiefs will play the Broncos, then turn around and play us. So we definitely have to we have to figure this one out. The Broncos beat the Chargers. They turn around and play the Chiefs. I don't know if they're going to be able to get that done without a Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater is hurt or not, but it's definitely something we got to keep an eye on. Let me open this link in a new tab, see if we can get some news on Teddy Bridgewater. Maybe we can get an injury report. Right now, we're just doing a reconnaissance on the AFC West and other teams. Keep your friends close. You know how it goes. Keep your enemies closer. You already know how it goes. The team roster injury report. Today is Tuesday, and we have Teddy Bridgewater is not even on here, and they don't have anything on here. So, team home, they don't have any news on the thing. The latest news. Next day, I don't see anything on Teddy Bridgewater. Oh, right here. We never questioned his toughness. Let's see what this says. Bridgewater's returned from injury, a testament to his will. So he did return. So Teddy Bridgewater returns, so he'll be playing. We'll see what happens against the Chiefs. Hopefully the Broncos beat the Chiefs. It's that simple. My point is that our defense improved from last year. It's not dominant, but we improved. Honestly, Warrior, it didn't take much to improve that defense. We were last. The defense was last. All you had to do was get a little bit better. You know what I mean? You would literally have to. There was nowhere else to go but up. When you were the worst in the league, when you have the worst, because as Raider fans, we have to realize last year was the worst defense in Raiders franchise history. So longer than I've been alive. You know what I mean? This is the worst defense the Raiders have ever had in their how long have the Raiders been around? 70 years? 70 years of existence. When did Al Davis get the team? Al Davis got the team in 60 something, right? So that's the worst defense. Last year, we witnessed the worst defense in Raiders history. So I don't know whether to congratulate you guys or to get some freaking rip your eyes out, because that was terrible defense. We need interceptions. We got 4. That's tied for last place in the NFL. Victor's dropping some heat. That is terrible. That was a terrible stat to know, and I love it because this is the kind of stuff you have to bring up when you want to talk about your team. Definitely a good stat to talk about. Fourth, we got 4 interceptions and we're tied last. That's tough. Tickler says MMA and drink in the red zone. Yeah, most definitely. I do like bringing Mariota in the red zone. I'm from 916, Souza. I'm from Sacramento, California, brother. TDC says 30th in scoring defense. That's third worst, homie. Yeah, bro. I don't rocking steady in the building. I see you, folks. I see you. 5-0 Raider. Look at our fourth quarter points allowed. I remember you dropped the stat. I think you dropped the stat 5-0, and you had said we've given up the most fourth quarter points in the league, right? Something crazy? That's too much. Oh, okay. I see you right here. Most points allowed. I scrolled down. Most points allowed in the fourth quarter by our defense. And I'm so glad you brought this stat up 5-0, because you think about this team and the Dolphins game. We're playing the Dolphins in a Jacoby Brissett-led offense, and we give up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to go into overtime against the Dolphins. That is garbage. That should not be a thing. That should not be allowed. Now, you continue and you think about what transpired against the Cowboys. That happened again. The Cowboys never once led against us. We had to lead the entire game. And then we give up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. That's the type of shit that's unacceptable. We already had 30 points. How many points are you going to give up? Our offense, you can't expect the offense to continuously put up 40 points, over 30 points. That's unacceptable. We should have beat the Dolphins and the Cowboys without going to overtime. And the fact that we let these teams come back, that's trash. That's garbage. That's on Gus Bradley. That is on Gus Bradley. These same issues, these same problems were coming up last year with the Chargers. This was one specific problem that people had with Gus Bradley, and he would let teams get back into the game on the defense. That's one problem. That's one thing I just do. That's one thing I'm like, yo, dude, that's the bad stat, yo. 3 overtimes this year. And we want to talk about people being tired. Well, get your ass off the field then. The hell you doing? Caleb says Raiders will beat Browns and Broncos, but that's all. So you're saying we're gonna lose to the Washington and to the Colts? That's cold, brother. That's cold. We definitely got to step up more than that. Kevin, brother, he says the road to the playoffs is through our division. Take care of your business in the West and finish at least second. Yeah, that's what's messed up, man. Because you look at the AFC standings. Let me go back. Damn. So the Broncos have to play the Lions too. That could be an easy dub for them. That could be an easy dub for them. Damn, they still got to play the Chiefs twice, the Chargers one more time, and then us one more time. Now let's go back to the standings though. It's tough because you have the Chargers, we're ahead of the Broncos, I believe, but even then we're all grouped up. We're all bunched up. We're all bunched up at the end of the day. So that's what's tough. Our net points, we have the worst net points out of everybody. We have the worst net points out of everybody. So that just goes to show our defense isn't as good as everybody thinks it is. Todd Clemens, if we lost the Dallas game, somehow it would be don't start TC, man. TC, don't start, man. Don't start. Because just don't start, bro. People were telling me, this is the thing. I'm critical of everyone on this football team. I'm critical of everybody on this football team. And I feel like for us to be a playoff football team, we need to have a run game and we need to have a better defense. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull up some numbers. In here, I already got the stuff pulled up. I got the Chargers, I got the Chiefs, I got the Broncos, and last but definitely not least, the Las Vegas Raiders. So we can go ahead and get into these. We can go ahead and get into these stat lines. Isaiah says, "How is it Gus? It's Gus's fault because he's the defensive coordinator. He's the one letting teams back in. They scored on a kick return. That gave them momentum. I don't give a shit what it gave them. The hell does that have to do with the fucking defense? I don't give a shit what they got on special teams, bro. Are you kidding me? What the hell does that have to do with the Dolphins? What does that have to do with the Dolphins? Shitty ass Dolphins team. What the fuck we making excuses for right now? You talking about this 5-7 shitty ass Dolphins team? Are you joking? You want to bring up a kick return, but our defense will give up the most points in the fourth quarter out the whole league, and we're sitting here talking about a special teams play. This is the type of excuses I'm talking about. We'll make excuses for everything on this damn team but the quarterback. Shit annoying, bro. Talk about some bullshit kickoff return. Our head coach is a special teams coach. And you just said, how is that on the coach? Like, what are we even talking about right now? This is crazy. Our head coach is a special teams coach, and you're talking about they scored on a special teams play, bro. Give me a break. Yeah, don't start. People just don't look at logic and facts. We're about to hop into logic and facts, bro. We can see right here, brother. We have the worst net points amongst these teams. We've given up the most points amongst all these teams. 295 right here is higher than all of these. Higher than all of these. That's unacceptable. Broncos got 228. Whew. That's unacceptable. I don't like that. River says, "Hey Raid, where did you get that?" That boy called it the tumbleweed Raiders hat. Oh, you talking about? Oh, you talking about my baby? This is my precious. This right here. This is my staple, man. This is that one. This is that go-to. This is that one everybody has. But this, I got it from. Now I'm drawing a blank. I'm over here talking shit, and I draw a blank once when it came down to it. Culture Kings. Let me look it up real quick. I think it's Culture Kings, though. Is it Culture Kings? I think it's Culture Kings, bro. That's where I got that hat from. Yeah, it's Culture Kings, brother. That's where I got that hat. Yeah, I know a lot of people ask me, and also a lot of people ask me about this hat too. A lot of people ask me about this tan beige looking one. I got this from Culture Kings, and then this LV hat. I know people always say, "Where'd you get that hat?" I always see it. Residency. It's called Residency. So make sure y'all go check them out, yo. Make sure y'all go check them out. Y'all gotta have a diverse hat collection when it comes to the Raiders. When it comes to the Raiders, you feel me? So, hey, JT says Rated Tape. Shout out to Raid. Y'all got Raid go off. What y'all say? JT, shout out JT, man. I was just in live with JT earlier. Always dropping some facts. He'll take notes. Ray speaking facts right now. Appreciate that, brother. Ray Love in the building. Tickler says it all comes down to DC. The Cincinnati game showed us our D can hold its own, but if DC not putting drives together, top wears down a defense. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. We're using our quarterback as an excuse for our defense playing like shit. Like, I don't know. That's crazy, bro. We're using our quarterback as an excuse for our defense playing like shit. But if I were to say something, I'm not going to go there, bro. But the fact that come on, Tickler, you got to do better than that. The Cincy game showed our D can hold its own. No, they can't hold their own, bro. Because against the all right, let's go ahead and do this, man. This is crazy. The fact that we even have to do this full schedule. We lost 32-13. We won 33-36. So, Tickler, tell me right now, Tickler, why did we give up 33 points to the Cowboys and 32 points to the Bengals and 41 points to the Chiefs? Because we like to use this excuse for everything. Everybody gets an excuse, but one person, obviously, which I'm not going to talk about. But I'm going to sit here and say, if you're going to say, well, Derek Carr didn't play good, so the defense, wore out. Then why the fuck you give up 41 points against the Chiefs, 32 against the Bengals, and then 33 against the Cowboys? I wish you would I'm not going down that road, but make sure y'all hit them likes. Rate the like button. If y'all new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on. Y'all know what it is. If y'all want to check out some members only, all 22 film study breakdowns, I'll bring you on to the show. We're just going to talk game, only members only, so you don't have to be self-conscious. You don't have to get anxiety. You don't have to trip, nothing like that. We all family. We all part of the squad. Go ahead and join the squad. Make sure you hit the and become a member, and we're going to break down that all 22 film and jump right into it. Probably tomorrow evening. If we score 30 points a game and defense gives up 33 a game, who we blame? No, I'm not trying to go down the blame game, yo. Juice says drill sergeant style, bro. Let them know. Drill sergeant, that boy funny. Yeah, I ain't trying to get all hyped up. You know what I mean? You're going to have Sergeant Guest come out here acting like he trying to get a private squared away or something like that. We got a super chat from the boy Marcus Howard. 10 wins is magic number. Got to be Chargers week 17. Most definitely. That's my number, 10-7. That's my target. Hopefully we'll be able to come out on top with a couple of wins. I think the most interesting thing really is that we only have one NFC team, and it's the Washington football team. After that is AFC, and we're all in the playoff hunt, really. You could kind of give or take with the Browns, but the Colts, the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Chiefs 4 teams in the AFC that are right around or ahead of us in the playoff hunt. So it's in our own hands. It's really in our own hands right now. You know, we've had this situation plenty of times. We had a situation last year where we could have potentially made the playoffs against the Dolphins. I know you guys remember that against the Dolphins, right? So, and we lost. So right back into it. Lonnie says team sport, most definitely team sport. It goes hand in hand. We are a top 10 scoring offense and a bottom 3 scoring defense. Yeah, you guys always talk trash on the quarterback and never the defense. I mean, I'm just talking about some things we need. Yeah, we need to spruce up some things, right? We need to spruce up some things. So we definitely got to work some things out. Marcel says, Raid, what is our run game ranked at? Let's go ahead and talk about it, brother. Glad you brought it up because I have it right here. I got the stats up for you guys right here. We're going to head and look at it, and we have injury report week 12. Here we are. Here is the league stats, and we have, as you guys can see, we have points for. We are ranked currently points for. We're ranked 30th, and points on offense is 17th, which is kind of tough. 17th. Turnovers were 7, so we're doing we're not doing very good there. Turnovers were 21st, so not doing very good there either. Definitely need to step up on both sides of the ball in this category, most definitely. We are second in yards and passing, 13th in touchdowns, middle of the pack for interceptions. We're almost last. Our defense is almost last in interceptions. I know someone said that earlier. But we're almost last in interceptions. But the ultimate question was our rushing. And where is our rushing at? It is right here. We are 27th in yards in rushing. 27th. So we went up 1. I think we were 28th before that. We're 27th in rushing yards. That's terrible. 24th in attempts, 27th in rushing yards, 13th in touchdowns. Now, the reason you're 13 in touchdowns is because of obviously the passing yards, right? If you're second in passing yards, you're going to probably have a decent number. And this is why I bring this up. Josh Jacobs has more rushing touchdowns than Dalvin Cook and has the same amount of rushing touchdowns as Nick Chubb. And those two guys, I believe, are top 5 in rushing right now. Josh Jacobs is 31st in rushing. So solely Josh Jacobs. Obviously, these yards are combined. You know, Mariota, Carr, whoever takes the ball out of the backfield, it all totals that up. But reason we're 13th in rushing touchdowns is because for an example, right? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about Jacobs real quick. People say Jacobs had a good game against the Cowboys, which I disagree with. Respectfully. I respectfully disagree that Josh Jacobs had a good game. People forget we have horrible end zone defense. 100% agree, EJ. 100% agree. Our defense is decent. Definitely, I think our defense is decent, but it's definitely not like a top tier defense. So let's see how the year plays out. But let's talk about Josh Jacobs real quick. Someone I'm very critical of. So here we are. Rushing or receiving. Josh Jacobs started 8 games. He's played in 9. He has 6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns. And if you go look at, let's say, let's see how many rushing touchdowns Austin Ekeler has, for example. So we can compare. Austin Ekeler has 604 yards and 7 touchdowns on 135 attempts. Jacobs has 111 attempts for 420. Shout out to 420. 420 yards and 6 touchdowns. So he's down by about where are we at? So we're down by about 200 yards. Yards per attempt is 4.5. Yards per attempt is 3.8. Yards per game is 46.7 for Jacobs. and 55 for Austin Eckler. Let's look at receptions. 473 reception yards. 198 reception yards. So you can see a huge difference there. You can see a huge difference there. And, of course, you'll see a huge difference in the receiving category, obviously, because Drake has 283 yards here. But like I was saying, our rush attack is garbage. 420 yards in week 12. In week 12. That's not going to cut it. That's definitely not going to cut it. Queen Raider says, same as we should be for a first rounder. Yeah, most definitely. First round pick in Josh Jacobs, definitely have to step that game up. Raider Carlos, run game could be better if we actually had a above average O-line. Definitely agree. 100% agree on that. And the fact that in the beginning of the season, I said my two biggest worries were wide receiver and offensive line. My two biggest worries, right? I got a lot of slander for that. I got a lot of pushback for saying the offensive line was going to have problems. People try calling me out for that. And now it's like, people try to use it as some type of an excuse, and that's what frustrates me, But I know a lot of y'all were saying the same thing. Shoot the Moon says we need a power back. Jacobs needs to quit dancing and hit the hole. I 100% agree. Again, somebody's coming through in the chat spitting straight facts, and it doesn't have to be me. Sometimes y'all be in the chat talking spicy, and I like it because it needs to be said. It needs to be said. Josh Jacobs, first round running back, needs to do better. It's that simple. We can go look at the offensive line grades for PFF. Do y'all want to? Let's go ahead. Because it really is hard. It's really hard to grade offensive linemen just by judgment. You could do film. And if y'all want to watch the film, make sure y'all join the membership and pull up so we can do the all 22 film breakdown. But player grades, filter, 32 teams. No, there's only one nation, and it's Raider Nation. So let's click on that one. Quarterbacks. I wish they would just show all the offensive linemen, but matter of fact, I can click on. So we got the centers, guards, and what? Okay. Now let's see what we have. Now this is gonna be fun. Because now we're gonna look a little bit into this and see where are our linemen at. Where are linemen at? TC says, why CNG always saying our O-line is good? That's my boy. Sanjeet, my boy, man. Me and him go back and forth, and I'm not gonna say anything until we get up on camera together. But he defends the O-line. I'm hard on the O-line. He's really not. But let's see. This is centers, or this is guards. So this is guards. We're on guards for PFF. Zach Martin, best guard in the league. Joel Bitonio. So as you can see, definitely credible, definitely competent offensive lineman here in these top 10, of course. Zach Martin, he's been a staple in the offensive line in the NFL for a while. Ali Marpet was one guy. There's one guard I've always liked. Power, very good guard. Shaq Mason, Joel Bitonio, definitely good. All good guys. Look at this shit. You guys, a cowboy and a cowboy in the top 5. You got a brown and a brown in the top 5 as well. Excuse me. That's, top 5. Oh, I guess they're tied. So call it what you want. And then you get Washington. Holy smokers. And we have yet to see a Raider. Hold on. This can't be right. You're telling me on the first page there's not one Raider. What the hell? Okay. Alex Leatherwood is 80th. I know people say PFF is trash. I know. I see y'all in the comments. But the thing is, this is how you could really go by an offensive lineman. And I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Alex Leatherwood, our starting right guard, is here at 43.6, currently ranked at the 80 spot. Now let's see if we can find John Simpson. He has to be up here. John Simpson is at 62. So how many guards start in the NFL, right? There's 2 guards on each team that start. There's 32 teams. So that means there's 64 starting guards. So currently out of 64 starting guards, John Simpson ranks 62nd. But as a matter of fact, let me filter it again. Let me do a snap count, right? Can we do a snap count? Let me just pick the Raiders instead of the snap count. How is it not available? The Raiders have no guards now? The Raiders guards are so bad that they don't even show them? Is that what we're doing? What the hell is that about? Anyways. Oh, here's Jermaine Illuminor. He has a better rating at guard than John Simpson. Look, Jermaine Illuminor here at guard. Better rating than John Simpson. And then you get Alex Leatherwood here down at 80. So that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. Let's go ahead and move on to our tackles, and we'll finish off with Andre James, who I'm getting quite fond of. And here we are, number 11, Colton Miller. And I think we all can agree Colton Miller is the staple of this offensive line. He has slipped up on occasion, but for the most part and in general, Colton Miller has definitely been playing Pro Bowl caliber offensive line play. Trent Williams with a 98.2. Isn't that just freaking gold? That's crazy. You got 2 tackles here, right? Both on the Bucs with one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You got 2 tackles. We're just looking at the guards. We're just looking at the guards, and they had 2 Cowboys in the top 5. Now you could look, and they have 2 Cowboys here in this top 13. Chargers also had 2 offensive linemen in the top 10. Patriots also had a guard. So for us, really, the only person we could look at is Colton Miller. Now let's go look for Brandon Parker. And there he is at the bottom of the list, like Alex Leatherwood at the 80 spot with a 47.2. You got Liam Eichenberg here, which I would have drafted, which I kind of wanted to draft, playing like garbage apparently, but went significantly later in the draft. Very interesting. Nate Solder here, Cam Irving. These are just guys that we could have easily picked up. Cam Robinson, Brady Christensen, another guy a lot of us wanted to pick up. So let's go look at the center, and then I'm gonna get back into the chat because I got to see what y'all saying, man. I wanted to show you guys this real quick. People were talking about the offensive line. Let's talk about it then. See if we can find Andre James, and here he is, 26th in the league. So he's currently he's in the bottom half. But with Andre James, I think he's gonna go up. Let's look at Andre James real quick. Can we look at the premium stats? Can we look at the premium stats for the chat, please? The chat wants to see the premium stats. So let's go ahead and look at it. What do we got going on? Snaps by position, run blocking, pass blocking, offensive grades. Let's see if we can pull this up for you guys. Control, zoom. And here we are. Sheesh Louise. These last 2 games, he's been playing a lot better. He got a 70, 74. You could tell. Look at this first half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games right here. In these first 6 games, it looked like he averaged about 50. He averaged about a grade of 50 here with these first 6 games. Now with these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, in these last 5 games, it looks like he averaged about a 70 to 75. Huge jump. We played Philly, and I believe went on bye week, and then we came back. So ever since about midway, about week 7, he's been playing a lot better. So with that being said, I definitely think we should have looked at the rest of the offensive line. Maybe they started off slow. and then they jumped out and played a lot better. Personally, I've liked what I've seen from Andre James. At the beginning of the season, I knew we'd have problems in the offensive line. I wanted to give it to about week 7, week 8 before you really judge them. And it's interesting because here you see week 7, he really turned up and we started to move. He started moving in that better direction, right? 77, 83. He gets to 58 here against KC. Tough game, but he bounces back and he does some work here. Beautiful run game. Looks like his run blocking is outweighing the pass blocking, but it's kind of flip-flopping actually. Higher pass block, higher run block, higher run block, higher run block, higher pass block, higher pass block, higher pass block. So it goes either way. Miami game, holy shit. Yeah, I see that, Lonnie. Lonnie says, oh my God, Miami game. Yeah, that's sheesh. That's tough right there. That's definitely tough. So definitely tough. Kevin Lurker with the super chat, with the super sticker. Or is it just my brothers out here just supporting me? Really appreciate that. Those are a lot of times those are my favorites because it just shows genuine support. But if you do want to support, man, just like Kevin Lurker just did, if you want to become a member, you can. That's one of the best ways to support and stay connected and really dive into the play of this team. Do you guys want to look at, while I got it up, I'm going to ask in the chat, while I got it up, do you guys want to go look at the rest of the offensive linemen's grades while I have it up, or do y'all want to move on? Because I kind of want to look at what the defensive grades are looking at, but we can go see what Alex Leatherwood, if they've been getting better, because here you can see Andre James definitely is showing progression in the right direction. Ray Love says absolutely. Ray Love says absolutely. Queen Raiderette says raid them likes. Most definitely. Make sure y'all raid them likes. Make sure y'all raid them likes when y'all pull up. If y'all new here, hit the sub button. Hit the sub button if you're new. Most definitely hit the sub button if you're new. And I'm going to, let me check something real quick. Let me see if I could do something real quick. I'll put this. Put that in the group chat. Maybe get a guest in here. See if anybody wants to pull up. All right, let's go ahead and hop into. Let's start with offensive grade, storage player. Boom. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Name a player. Somebody in the chat, name a player. Who are we going to go with first? Who do you guys want to look at first? We just looked at Andre James. Do you guys want to start with Leatherwood, or do you want to start with John Simpson? Let me know. First person to comment is the first one I'm going with. So go ahead and let me know in the chat. Are we going with Leatherwood, or are we going to look at sticking with offensive line? Sticking with offensive line. The motherfucker said Nick Martin. Oh, shit. Okay, so the first person I see that commented was Casey Bourne, Leatherwood. So Leatherwood it is. Alex Leatherwood, guard, Las Vegas. He's 22 years old, 6'6", big boy, 312 pounds. We drafted him in the first with the 17th selection. And sweet baby Jesus, we have some. Is that an 8? Is that an 8? Are you joking? How do you get an 8? How do you get an 8? And is anybody else seeing this? Is anybody else seeing this? Are you joking? An 8? I've never seen anything like this before. An 8, yo. A 14. I gotta get Sanjita on here to explain this shit. Yo, an 8? How do you get a grade of an 8? That don't even make sense. But a run block of 72. Either PFF is messing up, putting a typo or something, but an 8 in pass blocking, that's I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Penalties, 2-2-0-2-2-1-1-0-1-0-1. 12 penalties, averaging a penalty a game. Queen Raider says, penalties for days. Shake my head. I can't handle it. I can't handle it either. Yo, that boy is stupid. He said, send it back to college. Send him back to college. Holy shit. And 8, that's crazy. That's crazy. So this past game was his best pass blocking game with an 82.5. His best game in general, really. 82 and then a 57 in run blocking. Damn. I don't know what to say about that, but let's move on. Let's go to John Simpson because that right there, really, the penalties are terrible. That pass blocking grade is I don't even know if it's worth looking at. But here we got John Simpson, 24 years young, 6'4", 330 pounds, a Clemson Tiger, plenty of those on the team. Picked 109 overall, which is a 4th round pick. And let's look here. John Simpson. Looks like he has some inconsistencies, but he definitely looking for one game. Okay, so right here, beautiful game against Cincinnati. He had an 81.3 and a 72.1. So John Simpson is definitely looking decent. Definitely looking decent, right? He's showing improvement. Definitely showing improvement. He was going 54, 42, 50, somewhere in those range to about 76, 67, a 46. He slipped up. It just looks like we had a tough game against Kansas City, but definitely slipped up and bounced back with a 76 and then a 62 and a good pass blocker. So John Simpson is definitely looking better. Last year, he didn't play too many games. You can see here he had 97 snaps, 155 snaps, a total of 252, and had a 45.8. So, I see you, brother. Wi-Fi Willie saying, yo, Ivan Show 622 says, tighten up. Derrick Henry for MVP. Yeah, most valuable practice squad player, considering he is injured. But Wi-Fi Willie pulled up at a good time because we just got done talking shit about the offensive line. So what's going on, Wi-Fi?
Dude, how could you not talk shit about the offensive line, man?
I'm just messing around, man. We gotta stay positive. You know what I mean? We gotta stay positive. So
we do gotta stay positive, but like that's what I was thinking the other day. I was thinking about this. I'm like, would you rather get a new offensive lineman next year or defensive tackle? Like, who'd you?
I'm going defensive. You're talking about say first round in the draft?
Yeah, like first round in the draft.
Definitely going defensive tackle. I'm not getting an offensive lineman.
Yeah, it's just like Incognito's not going to come back though, and I've been thinking like, do we really want to do like John Simpson round 2? Yeah. How do you feel about him?
I'm fine.
You're fine with him?
I'm fine with John Simpson, bro. I'm fine with John Simpson, Alex Leatherwood, Colton Miller, Andre James, and I would just want to go grab a. You know, it's hard because the Raiders, when they move Alex Leatherwood to guard, that's when they make it difficult. That's when they make it difficult because now are you looking at a right tackle to draft after you just drafted a right tackle, right? So that's when you make it really difficult. So that's where it's weird. That's where it's kind of weird to me.
I don't know. At this point, would they move Leatherwood back to right tackle? Because then you feel like it's like you wasted a whole year. You know what I mean? You could have got him used to being a tackle. Am I at school?
Yeah. He's at some random school. He's not at school, but he's at some random school real quick.
Yeah, the brick dude. I need to. By the way, everybody,
Chris Hansen's gonna pop up. Chris Hansen's gonna pop up.
Chris Hansen's rolling through. Oh God. What are you doing here at the school? No.
Terrible.
No, last time I had a freaking piano background and stuff, right? And then everybody thought I was rich. Everybody was like, "Oh, Wi-Fi, you're rich." I'm like, dude, this is not a real piano. I don't know a piano.
Everybody's like, "Hey, go play the piano real quick." Super chat by G-Town 488, man. Appreciate the support, brother. He says, salute rating Wi-Fi. What's y'all's top 5 defensive tackle and O-line prospects for this for the draft? Wi-Fi, you can go ahead and
that's rough, dude. Honestly, I haven't been scouting. I haven't been scouting for the draft yet because there was a moment when I thought about doing it. So basically, after we lost to the Bengals, I was like, all right, should I just start scouting? Let's look. But then I was like, all right, man, we still have a shot here. Amari Cooper's out, CeeDee Lamb's out. And now that we're winning, I think similar to Mark Davis, like he hasn't started looking for a new head coach yet. So I don't know if we should start scouting right away. And so that's why I haven't looked too much into like those top prospects. But I do think, what G-Town's saying, like that's clearly where we're going. Mm-hmm. And then here's another thing. Here's the thing that a problem I have with mock drafts. And I know a lot of Raiders YouTubers did their mock drafts and all their draft coverage this past year. And I was just starting out, so I didn't do it hardcore, right? But for me, it's like we never, ever guess who the first round pick is. Like we haven't guessed who the first round pick is. Or like we finally got the second round pick, Merrick. That was one of the few times where like, all right, we actually guessed it. But my whole life as a Raider fan, besides Amari Cooper and Mac, those are a little obvious.
Yeah.
We never guessed it. So I'm like,
but that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Wi-Fi. You say, well, Mac and Cooper kind of obvious. I mean, shit, was it fucking not taking Cleveland Farrell obvious? Like, not taking Kim is obvious. Like Devin, if we would, because think about it, if we would have took Devin White, Ed Oliver, or Josh Allen, you would have been like, okay, you know what I mean? That's obvious.
Yeah.
Like, that's the talent you take at that spot. But you take Cleveland Farrell. Now imagine if Khalil Mack is available, and we went and got Cleveland Farrell.
Right. That's exactly. I mean, I wouldn't put like, Josh Allen is good. Like right now, last year I was kind of still defending Cleveland Farrell, and I was like, he's better against the run than Josh Allen. But you're right. Like, would we rather have Josh Allen right now than Cleveland Farrell? Hell yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is that got me is Josh Allen was more than just a pass rusher. Like the dude's an all-around athlete. He could drop back into coverage. He could rush the quarterback. He could play the run decently. I like Josh Allen. I like him. I wanted Devin White personally, but if we would, and that's the thing, I feel like we had so many options there. I couldn't have. You had to do something crazy for me to get mad at that point, right? like I feel like there was so many options. It was like we could have picked 3 or 4 guys, and I would have been like, all right, you know what I mean? It is, you know what I mean? There's that was available. They were good, but then you go pick a guy that I didn't even know. I mean, I know because obviously we all watch national championship. We all watch Clemson. Yeah. We know Cleveland Farrell was the end. But at the same time, it's like nobody was thinking to take him in the first, at least top 5 draft pick. I would have just traded that point.
Yeah, and then they claim no one was there to trade. And I'm like, dude, come on. You got the 4th pick in the draft. You have the 4th pick in the draft.
Yes.
There is somebody out there who wants to trade with you. Mm-hmm. I think that was a straight up lie by Mayock.
Yeah. Cool Zay says, is DJ Fluker going to start, and how's Morrissey doing?
I don't know. I mean, I know they signed him, but
I think Fluker's hurt. The thing, and people saying, oh, he's not hurt right now, obviously, like he's you know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, he's coming off of a tough injury, and he's trying to work back into it. I think if he was able to even actively play and start, he probably would have came in, or at least, you know what I mean, got in some type of rotation, but he hasn't even been activated. You know what I mean? He hasn't even. So I think at that point, it's more of his health. He has to get his feet from up under him, because I think he sat out for a while.
It's also like, I think it's also just insurance policy for Brandon Parker. So maybe that's what they're doing. They're like, all right, we signed Fluker, let him get healthy, and then if Parker gets hurt in like 5 weeks, then at least we're good to go.
Yeah.
But probably not going to start. And then why not try Parker? Like, I know Parker struggles sometimes, but look, the last game he's going up against Micah Parsons. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have an easy job for a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
And he's our pick.
Yeah, he is our pick, right? Tom Cable's guy produced him. But he also says, how's Morrissey doing? So let's go look at his grade real quick.
Oh, yeah, he's playing with the Texans right now, right?
Yeah. He got a 2.3 pass block.
What?
That's tough. That's tough because we just seen Alex Leatherwood had an 8.1.
Really?
Now, could
How
you
is that even
imagine?
possible?
That's what I was saying. How is that possible?
Where are their total pressures? Do they have that? They, I think in the top right corner, if you scroll up. Oh yeah, click on offensive grades, and then freaking blocking or even pass blocking doesn't matter. They should tell you the total pressures he gave up. So he gave up
4.
4. Okay,
Oh, gave
that's
up 2
still pretty
sacks.
crazy, dude. How do you give somebody a 2?
Yeah, I don't know. How do you get it? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. Leatherwood had an 8, so that's
Yo, that means that Leatherwood's freaking 4 times better than freaking Morrissey.
And I know some people wanted Morrissey. I know some people wanted Morrissey to play instead. Because you imagine having a graded pass block of 2 at center, then a graded 8 at guard. That would be
Well,
crazy.
that's how it is whenever anybody like is doing bad. You're always just like, give this other guy a shot.
Yeah.
You know, who cares? And then look what happens. I look like I'm in an episode of Blue's Clues. Oh yeah, what's that dude's name? Everybody says whenever I shave, everybody says I look like him.
I have no shit.
He's like that one. He's got black hair. He's kind of pale. He's like the kid
Coco?
show. Huh?
Coco?
Yeah, I think so.
Coco? You know what I'm talking about? That little kid that plays the guitar? That's what you look like, Coco?
No, I think he means Steve, the adult guy. He's like looks. I think he looks.
Oh, no, I'm saying you kind of look like Coco.
The kid who plays the guitar?
Yeah, from the movie Coco.
Coco, dang. I gotta just do a freaking
You never
top
heard of
10
Coco?
people who Wi-Fi Willie. What? Coco. Okay, from Blue's Clues.
Nah, he ain't from Blue's Clues. He's from the movie Coco.
Dude, I'm not in touch with culture, so I don't even know what Coco is. Dude, does that make me seem old now?
You don't know Coco now?
No, I don't.
All right, let's go. Queen says, look up. Everybody laughing right now. Queen says, look up Brandon Parker. Let's look at Brandon Parker's numbers. Holy smokes, that boy got a 91.7. How?
Well, dude, were we running the ball? We didn't run the ball well against Cincinnati.
I mean, Brandon Parker has better numbers or at least grades than.
You know, Carr did have time to throw against Cincinnati. That's why originally I was like, all right. Like I did my film breakdown, right? And at first I was like, I'm gonna freaking rip in the car. I mean, he had time to throw, and I was like, all right, he had time to throw, but nobody was open.
Dang, he gave up 7 pressures against the Cowboys.
Damn.
7 pressures against the Cowboys, 3 hurries, 3 hits, and 1 sack. Wow, that's a bad game.
But you're going up against Micah Parsons. I mean,
yeah.
And I know he's a rookie, but he had the tougher job.
Yeah.
And that's a smart thing you're going to do if you're an opposing defense. Why have Micah Parsons go up against Colton Miller? Why not just rotate, flip it, have him go up against Parker? So kind of makes sense there.
Yeah, the Disney movie. Wi-Fi not Mexican, LOL. Is he?
I'm half Mexican. Yeah. Dude, when I have facial hair, I'm Mexican. When I don't,
that's why everybody's like, how you not? You saw the Disney movie, Wi-Fi Coco.
Dude, I think if I had kids, then I would know the movie Coco.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, you know, Raid has kids. Had kids? I had kids? Holy shit, what happened to them?
Where'd they go? Yeah. Oh, that's all.
Oh, Miguel from Coco. All right, his name is Miguel. My fault. Let's not get off subject too much, anyways. Let's not get off subject. But hey, I've been on here for over an hour now, almost an hour and a half. One thing I was talking about earlier, though, is that I'm critical. Oh, okay, hold up. Anish says, look up receivers rated tape. Let's go ahead and look at the receivers while Wi-Fi is on here, because I know Wi-Fi is an analytic guy. He's one of the first people actually that would get up on here and show grades. I remember.
Yeah, and then I started getting I like the stats more than the grades for PFF. Like, I like how you could look up all the freaking
pressures, where they get the snaps. Let's look at Brian Edwards. His pass grades. Let's see. Receiving grades. Here we go. Here are the receiving grades for Brian Edwards. Brian Edwards right now currently has a 66.9, 22 receptions on 37 targets, 446 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
If he was a number 3 receiver, then you're like, all right, that's good, you know. But the fact that he's like number 1, number 2, it's kind of like, what's going on, you know?
Pass snaps, yards after catch is 159 yards after catch. Anything else? Okay, so we got Brian Edwards.
Look up a CTC. It's on the right. I like that one. Just scroll that one. CTC. All right. So contested catches, the CTT attempts. All right. So there's like 12 times where Derek Carr threw it up to him when he's like one-on-one, you know.
Yeah. That's a good stat right there. So we got 12 of 7.
So that's where he's good. I mean,
37 targets, though. That's super low for a wide receiver 1. Even a wide receiver 2, that's super low. Sheesh. 37 targets.
Yeah. That means that like 30% of his targets are contested catches where he's got to freaking wrestle for it in the air.
Yeah. That's because he's never open. So.
It's because he's never open. That's true.
I mean, shit. Okay. 78 targets. So we get double the targets.
Damn.
Double the targets for our slot receiver. 64 catches, 658 yards, 4 touchdowns, double the TDs.
So he's going to crack 1K this year.
Yeah. He had 130 something yards last game, I think, right? 118 yards or something crazy.
Something like that, right? Yeah. No, his highest ever. It was his career high last week.
Yeah. He's lined up in the slot 221 times. Out wide, 132. So 78.3 total. I mean, we already know he's our best wide receiver. And he already has more yards than he has previous 2 years.
He's getting better.
Yeah, he already has more yards than he has his previous 2 years. So that's definitely something to look forward to.
Here's my problem with Renfrow, though, dude. Like,
yeah.
Like, I wonder what everybody here thinks. Like, I love Renfrow. I think he's awesome. I like super root for him all the time, especially because he looks like a little guy. Like, that always pumps me up when he makes a play.
Yeah, he looks like the little mailman.
Yeah. It's like a Rudy situation, but he's obviously way more athletic than that. But it's just like he can't play outside. And it's like well, you need if you want to be a top receiver and you want to get paid like almost $10 million a year, you got to be able to go outside. And so I don't know. He's in his last year next year. How much would people really pay for Renfrow?
He's more Cole Beasley type, man.
I know, but how? Like, I just feel like, do people really want to invest in somebody who's just a slot receiver?
Yes.
So you would still pay him like $10 million a year when it's all said and done.
10? No.
I mean, I think he's gonna. Cole Beasley got paid a pretty good amount when he got his last contract, so I think he will want that much.
I don't know if I'd want to give 10 a year for like 4 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what Cole Beasley was paid. I mean, I think Renfrow is gonna want like at least $8 to $10 million for like a 3-year deal, $8 to $10 million, because Beasley 2019 $6 million, and then he's making $7 million every year. And he's old.
I'd give Renfrow. I mean, dude, so say we look at the stats, right?
Right.
We're looking at the stats, and we see he's progressively getting better. He's getting the targets. Say he cracks 1,000 yards. He has 7 touchdowns on the season. I think he deserves about 8. I would do that at the most. I don't know about 10, but I would give him about 8 at the most, man. And I would want to keep him around. I mean, I definitely would want to keep him around. The thing is, with me, though, is we never keep the receivers that are good on our fucking team. Like, every receiver that does decent on this team, we get rid of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's frustrating. You go look, and let's look at something real quick.
No, that's true, though. I mean, we don't want to let him walk just because we finally have someone who's good, right? Like, bringing up Nelly. Oh, crap.
Obviously, the season isn't over, but you can see this 1 year.
Whoa.
This 1 year, my guy was out here, and he was dropping way more passes.
Yeah, he did have a bunch.
His worst drop year. So Nelson Aguilar's worst drop year and was with Carr, but he had one of his best years with only 40 less yards.
But that was the Super Bowl year of 2017, so they were on fire.
Yeah, and he had 108 targets versus 82 targets.
So he's getting deep catches under Carr. 18 average, yep.
18 yards per catch, his best average. And I don't even want to go down that road, but some people say, I mean, shit. If this isn't proof in the pudding, my guy, like,
yeah, yo, that's why John Brown came here. He thought he was going to be Nelly 2.0.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna go play with Carr, get me a check, and didn't work out. But I wasn't gonna pay Nelson Aguilar 15, so Nelson Aguilar for 15 mil is way too much. The Patriots way overpaid.
I just think, okay, I love Renfro, and I think he is worth 10 mil a year. I think if we don't pay him, somebody else is going to pay him. Would pay him that.
That's too much. I don't think anybody. I don't think he would even. I don't know. Do you think he would be like, yeah, if you guys don't give me 10 mil, I'm leaving?
Well, I don't know. His agent would say that. Maybe he won't say that, but his agent would definitely say that. His agent's going to be like, look, the Jags will give him 10 mil a year. You guys are only offering 8.
How good is? Yeah. That's tough, man. I wouldn't give him 10 though. Fuck that. He could kick rocks.
Yeah,
I'll trade his ass. If he comes back saying I want 10 mil a year, I'll trade your ass quick as hell.
What if he gets the contract and gets freaking even more jacked? It comes back looking like Metcalf next year.
He grew a whole foot and fucking. The dude's 5'10". The dude's 5'10", 184 pounds.
I think he's gained a little weight though since then. I wonder how up to date that is.
Let's see Zay Jones. I mean, we could do Deshaun Jackson after this. Zay Jones, 23. Wow, 23 targets.
Damn.
Do you want to know something insane? Carr is first in the league in yards, but these motherfuckers barely got any targets.
Yeah, who's catching all this? Is it just Waller and Renfro?
Who's catching the passes?
Well, Ruggs, I don't know how many yards he had, and if he's even allowed on
500.
500?
Yeah, I think he had 500. But Zay with 23 targets, 14 receptions.
So Carr's just spreading it out.
Yeah. 2 contests with 0%. Shit. I mean, this is one of his best years, I guess, in the most recent. With the Bills, he played with Josh Allen. 2018, Josh Allen was drafted, right?
I think it might have been 19, wasn't it?
Okay, maybe 19 then. So
I don't know. I'd have to check. I know Kyler was number 1.
I thought it was 18. Because 19 was Kyler Murray year, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was 18 was Kyler Murray. Yeah, because I was like, Gruden, please don't draft Kyler Murray. Please don't draft Kyler Murray. Because it's Gruden's first draft, so I was getting scared. So I remember I was scared about,
Let's see. 2018.
Oh, okay, he was. All right.
Yeah.
His targets for receiving.
So Josh Allen was with Zay Jones was with Josh Allen in 2018 and got 7 touchdowns, 652 yards on 99 targets.
Damn.
I mean, 7 touchdowns isn't bad, but 652 yards.
Yo, so he had targets, man. So, okay, now I understand why Buffalo fans. I mean, I don't know how well he was getting past the ball, especially in 2017, but that is crazy that he had plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, he was with Josh Allen here also in 2019. Then we traded for him. So,
man. So, but see, here's the thing though, 650 yards, like if he could just do that, I think he deserves like if he could find a way, and he's already not going to be able to do it. I mean, it's too late to put up those numbers.
Yeah.
But if he could find a way to return to that, I mean, I think you could argue extending him. But for me, with Zay Jones, it's just like it's been too long, dude. Look at this: 2019, 2020, 21. It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, how much more are we going to like have this roster spot when there's new receivers coming out every year?
Yeah.
It's
he's only 26. He ran a 4.45.
That's
6'2",
fast.
6'2", 200 pounds. This last game, he had 7 targets, 5 receptions, 59 yards. Got a 76.8, pretty clean across the board. Philly, I mean, yeah, he went 1 for 1. So, it's funny because like I was saying earlier, where are all these targets going?
It's just all Waller.
We'll look at Waller after this.
But then Moreau, I wonder what Moreau definitely has more numbers this year than last year.
Okay, here we got so Deshaun Jackson, of course, has his best game with the Cowboys to 85.9. 3 receptions for 102 yards and a touchdown. Kind of
okay, but he went off in LA. All right.
Yeah, he right here, he got 4 targets for 3 receptions, 120 yards and a touchdown. So a similar game.
I mean, I have a lot higher hopes for him. I mean, at first I was like, dude, we're just gonna get some old dude who's not as fast as he used to be to, replace Ruggs. But I was like, damn, this guy's fast enough, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Dallas has a good defense. They do not have an average defense, in my opinion. It's at least above average. I'm not gonna say it's great. But if you can pull that off against them, look at all these teams coming up. Against the Chiefs, you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Almost did it against the Chiefs, but then he freaking, gave the ball back to them.
Yeah. I don't even know what the hell. We still need I need an explanation for that still. But here's Waller, brother. Let's look at the Waller numbers. Let's get down to the 643 yards.
Damn.
So,
man, that Chiefs game.
Right here.
Dude, they held him to 24 yards.
24 yards, 6 targets, 4 receptions, 24 yards. That's because he couldn't break a tackle. Tyrann Mathieu wrapped him up every single time he caught the ball. Every single time he got the ball, Tyrann Mathieu was there on him, tackling him. I'm like, dude, Waller, you got to break a tackle every once in a while, my guy.
He did do it in last year. When we played the Chiefs in Arrowhead, I remember one play specifically. I was going to make a video on it, but I didn't. But Tyrann Mathieu looked a little actually even scared to tackle Waller, because he was trucking more. I don't know what's changed up, but that Chiefs game was probably I think it's still our worst offensive game of the year. I think it's worse than the Giants game.
My guy barely gets any yak. Guy barely gets any yak over here, but that's Waller. Waller, I'm critical for Waller now, man. I feel like this injury he's playing this game.
You think so?
I feel like he's playing the game, yeah.
Well,
I hope he bounces back soon, because if he doesn't, I think he's bullshitting.
Well, he looked hurt during the play when it happened. He for sure looked hurt, right?
It was almost like he's looking for a reason, though.
Yeah, it was weird. I never heard of that injury before.
Then he came back, and then it was his knee, and then he just came back and didn't even have his pads on and didn't even try. And then if he doesn't play against Washington, okay. You give him a week to rest, give him a week to recover. If he doesn't play against the Chiefs, he's bullshitting. This is just me gauging, you know what I mean? This injury. Yeah. That's just what I think. If he doesn't play against the Chiefs, he's bullshitting. You have to play against the Chiefs. If you're a competitor, you come out and you play. It's an IT ban, bro. I just don't think an IT ban for personal experience should hold you back that much from resting and then going out and playing in a game. Like,
yeah,
you have the best medical treatment,
right?
They're going to get you right, bro. In an IT band, unless it was torn, okay, but it's not torn; it's a sprain. You're talking about a sprained IT band, and for me, I just think you should be able to bounce back from that.
But what he could be saying is he doesn't want to risk tearing it, though, if it's already sprained. So that's one thing. I'm going to give him. I'm going to back him up on that. I'm going to say, you know what, and I'm going to back the coaching staff up on that. Which
That's
is
why
even
I'm
if he
giving
doesn't play.
That's why I give the Washington game a pass, and I'm looking for the Chiefs game.
I could see that, because here's the thing: even in the Chiefs game, and I get what you're saying, because even if he just plays like 20 snaps and he's a decoy, that's worth it. That's so worth it, right?
Says Raid Renfro Raid Wi-Fi is Renfro even top 7 in the AFC West? Does he even start in Denver? Let's discuss. Ooh. Yeah, he starts in Denver.
Well, okay.
Like starts what? The top 2 receivers? No, he's not starting against top 2 receivers. At the slot, yeah, he's you bring in a third wide receiver and you want a guy to play the slot. Renfro is starting on that Denver team. You would have Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and Renfro. That's my opinion. What you got?
Okay, would you rather have Tim Patrick or Renfro? Because Tim Patrick is. I know he's okay, but Tim Patrick could play everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Know? I'm not knocking Tim Patrick. I know he just got his contract, well deserved.
And I think he's good. And that's my problem with Renfro, which is like, I want Renfro to be a number 1 receiver. I want him to be a guy who could line up outside, and like, we don't even have this conversation anymore. But I feel like because he is so positional and it's only slot, his value ultimately does go down. Yeah. Do I think he's top 7 in the AFC West? Yeah, because I just think he's a smarter player than McCole Hardman. You know, I even though Mike Williams is pretty tough for the Chargers, big body, I still would take Renfro. I like the speed over that. And then Jerry Jeudy, it's like you're a first round pick, but you still haven't really popped yet, right? Renfro's more proven in the NFL than Jerry Jeudy, in my opinion.
No, he is. It's proven.
But it's still just like everyone's always going to ding him because it's like it's only slot. So
no, I see. I agree. I agree what you're saying. I definitely agree. He's one dimensional at the end of the day. You can't go line him up outside to go line up against Ramsey and go see if he can go one-on-one.
Well, in the slot you can, but apparently that happened in practice. But
but go put him outside on the island with Ramsey. I don't think it's going to turn out very well. Everybody says Hunter's the best. Yeah, Hunter's and this is the thing. With all that being said, who's our best wide receiver?
It's Renfro, yeah.
It's Renfro, yeah. So that's see, it takes you to a point to where it just all makes sense and all comes together. Do you pay Waller Kelsey money 4 year, $57 million with Foster right there? What is that? 14 a year? Or no, I'm tripping.
Isn't that like that's actually not as
13?
Much?
That's 13 a year. That's less. I think Waller's getting more than that.
I think Kelsey's getting like 15 or 16, right?
I think Waller will get 18 around there.
This goes back to what you were saying earlier, and I mentioned this after the Cowboys game because, people are talking about the Waller versus Carr beef, which I personally don't think, I've openly talked about this. I don't think it's true, the Waller versus Carr beef. But, Derek Carr has looked good without Waller. Every game he's played without Waller, he's looked good. It wasn't the Eagles game, and now the Cowboys game. It's all NFC East, but still. Yeah. Moreau's good. I think a lot of teams would be cool with having Moreau.
No. So are you saying that Waller could be potential trade bait?
I'm saying if I was playing Madden, I would definitely send him away, right? But I think
if you were playing Madden, it was real life though.
Right, but
in Madden, you want speed. I play Madden, bro, and you're not giving up Waller because he's too fast as a tight end. He's beating everybody in Madden.
But if you can get a legit actual wide receiver instead for Waller, and then you just have Moreau as your number 1 tight end, I think that would be dope. But what I also think is like you don't want to affect the morale of the team, and I think if the Raiders traded Waller or something, and that's another thing about Renfro. Maybe you pay Renfro because it boosts the morale of the team. It's like, oh, somebody could come here, do well, and actually get paid. Because when you start shipping people away, it just pisses everybody off, I
mean, it's too late for that, man. We've been doing that.
I know, but we got to stop.
We shipping everybody. We ship every person that comes here and has a career year. We ship them out. And Michael Crabtree, he had his career years with Derek Carr. Obviously, he was getting a little older, so I understand he stayed with us for a while. Jared Cook, his best year was with Derek Carr.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, just think about it. You know what I mean? And then Marcus right here says definitely not true. Not sure what he was referring to, but Carr made Waller's career, not the first tight end he's made look good. And I agree with that 100%. And this is where I'm coming from. This is what I think. Carr makes a lot of these guys look good, and then he doesn't get that credit. And people think, oh, well, he has talent. He should be able to go out and do it. I'm going in the Carr conversation. I don't want to, but but you just look at the track record. Last year it was Nelson Aguilar. You ship him out. When your quarterback builds a chemistry with the receiver and they're doing good, do you ship them out? You know what I mean? And we did. So that ended up happening. Now you get Waller on here. Waller's been on this team for probably 3 years now, and he's been looking good because, I'm not saying because of Carr, but, you have to give some credit. You have to give some credit there. Morrow, why does he look so good? Who's throwing in the passes? Hunter Renfrow, Deshaun Jackson's trying to revitalize his career just like Nelson Aguilar did last year. So I think this man needs more credit as far as Derek Carr, but where I stand with that. Where I stand with Derek Carr, so it's a little different.
But when you just mentioned Aguilar, though, what you just reminded me of, which is that we paid Drake like what, $9 million a year.
Yeah.
And what was Aguilar asking for? What did he get from the Patriots? Like 8? I think he got 8 or 9 million a year.
No, man, he got
like 15. You think?
Yeah, I thought he got like 12.
Okay, well, either way though, like we paid Drake, we could have afforded Aguilar. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. But hold up. We gave up Rodney Hudson, and what Nelson Aguilar is getting paid is the same thing we're paying Hudson to be on the Cardinals.
The dead money.
Yeah, because we're paying Rodney Hudson $13 million in dead cap right now to be on the Cardinals. So that trade, we basically paid $13 million this year to get whatever draft picks we got for Rodney Hudson.
Which was like a third rounder. And so in the third round this past year, who did we get? So Divine Diablo or Malcolm Kuntz, right? Yeah. 13 mil.
Or that 13 mil, we could have signed another Yannick to go to the defense. Right. Or could have signed OBJ and Deshaun Jackson.
But if Derek Carr said pay that man, like at what point do you just listen to your quarterback?
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you were right. I just pulled it up. Yeah, it's up to 24 million, roughly 13 million a year. Yeah.
Marty says not paying 13 a year for Aguilar. Hell no. Yeah, me neither.
I am. I'm not. Because I'm listening to Derek Carr. If Derek Carr says, pay this guy, we will be dope next year, I'm going to be like, all right. And it's only 2 years. So I'm like, I'm going to give this deal, and I'm going to determine whether or not I'm going to trust you, on our roster, right?
The thing is, though, you know what this team does? They'll sign guys for a year.
Yeah, people don't want that. 1 year.
And it's like, what are we? And this is how it's patches. We're just putting a patch. We're patching it up. You know what I mean? And that right there frustrates me a lot, man. I hate the patches.
Solomon Thomas, 1 year. And you're paying him like a lot, like fully guaranteed. So it's like, why not do a 2-year deal? Are you so like not confident in your evaluation that you're not going to give someone a 2 or 3 year deal? That's what it says to me.
Real question is, if you can get a number 1 Adams, Godwin, then would you trade Waller to save money and get a pick or two?
If you lock up Moreau, yeah. In my opinion.
You're trading him? You would trade him?
If I know for sure I'm going to have Moreau on a really good value deal for multiple years, and I know he's healthy because we know he was out for 1 year.
Yeah.
Then I am, because it's like, at the end of the day, that's what's missing on our team. And Carr seems to do better when he's not having to force it to Waller all the time.
Yeah. Let me pull up this dead cap real quick so I can show the people so I don't think I'm.
But I think Waller could change my mind.
Where is that dead cap number?
We haven't seen 2020 Waller this year, besides the first game of the year.
Where's our dead cap at? It doesn't. I thought it showed. I could have sworn we've seen this before.
Oh, it showed which one? What were you looking for?
For the dead cap on Rodney Hudson.
Oh, I think it's on the far right, isn't it?
Yeah. But where does it say Hudson? Oh, you know what? I think it says.
It might be on that other site.
Rodney Hudson.
Because there's freaking there's Sports Track and then over the cap. I think Sports Track shows the freaking.
No, I've seen it before. Maybe if I put cut, pre-cut, post June.
It's tough though. At the same time, though, maybe I feel like with the Waller thing, because people are talking about this in the chat. Like, I feel like maybe
here it is, right here.
Oh, there it is again.
Right here. Yeah.
Damn.
12.1. So it wasn't 13. It was 12.1 dead cap when we traded. Holy smokes, 3.2 to cut John Brown.
Dude, you know what? Like, that's what I hate. Like, releasing people. Like, we pay them guaranteed and they get demand to be released. You can't do that.
We're still paying LaMarcus Joyner 2.5. We paid Carl Joseph $1 million for no reason. Willie Snead $1 million for no reason. We're still paying Lynn Bowden, PJ Hall.
And now Carl Joseph is on the Steelers.
Yeah.
He's on a competitor. Playoff competitor.
Yeah. About 15 mil between Hudson and Brown. That's a quality player. That's 1 year of paying a top 10 wide receiver.
You can get Devontae with that.
Easy.
Dude, that's what we're thinking.
But White Tyson was saying, real question is, if you can get a number one, Adams or Godwin, I think he's saying, then would you trade Waller and save money and get a pick or two? I would trade Waller and I would start Morrow. That's what I would do. I think Carr. I don't think Carr needs Waller to excel the offense. I think Morrow would be just fine. I think Waller is a little bit. It's kind of, I want to say overhyped because he's definitely fast, definitely different kind of tight end. But, if you can go get Adams and have Morrow, I would definitely want to have that. Plus have a little some picks. You go get Adams, plus you pick up a wide receiver. You get an extra second round and somehow trade with Waller. He's probably going to go for a first. What would Waller go for? First and a third?
Something like that. I mean,
so – you could go get Adams and then get yourself a wide receiver with Adams and still get your defensive tackle. And then in the third round, you can still get a guard or whatever and build this team. I feel like it's so easy to build this fucking team. But it's just like, geez, what are we doing?
At the same time, if we still had Ruggs, would we be saying this? If we had Ruggs, I think we would be like, nah, we already got Ruggs. Let's just get a number two.
No. I'd still be saying we need a wide receiver because This offseason, you could even ask Graf. I said before the season even started, my two main concerns, and my number one concern was wide receiver. My second concern was offensive line. I don't think I liked Ruggs, but the way the NFL is set up, this is the thing. Everybody will come at me and say, well, the NFL is a passing league, right? NFL is a passing league. Where the fuck is our top 5 receiver at?
Darren Waller is what people would say.
No, he's not. He's not. He is not a top 5 receiver.
No, he's not a top 5.
You would not put him over Devontae Adams. He's not even the top. He's the second or third best tight end.
Okay. I'll defend him a little bit. Last year he was that. Last year, like if you look at grading and just most of his numbers, he was as good and if not better than some of the top wide receivers in the NFL. He had
better than Hopkins.
I think in some categories he was.
Nah, bro. Are you taking Waller or this is what we'll do. Are you taking Waller or Hopkins?
I understand why people like Hopkins. I'm not that high on Hopkins. Okay.
You taking Adams? Yeah, you're high on 420, but you want Adams or Waller?
Right now, because we have Moreau, I would say
Man, you're making
Adams.
this shit difficult. Who are your top 5 receivers? Who are your top 5 receivers then, Wi-Fi?
Top 5 receivers, I would say, and I am sorry, Tyreek Hill is number 1. I sorry, and sorry, Raider Nation.
But
You
hold
know,
on, I'm
it's
glad you
just
said that.
facts.
Hold on, I'm
It's
glad you
just
said that
facts.
because my point was this is a passing league.
Yeah.
And you just said Tyreek Hill is a number 1 wide receiver in the league, but they also have the number 1 tight end in the league.
True.
So that's my point, brother. That if this is a passing league, we need to have not only Waller, but we need to have Waller, Ruggs, and Adams. That's my
but
mindset.
even the Chiefs don't have that. They don't have they don't have 2 dope receivers. It's just McCole Hardman and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, but they have McCole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce, and Patrick Mahomes, and Andy Reid, and Super Bowl experience, and a way better offensive line.
Well, now they do,
and a better proven defense.
I mean, it's tough. At the same time, though, do you think Derek Carr can get it done with 2 number 2 receivers? Like, bro, 2 receivers who aren't
saying this, though? Nobody's saying this about Matthew Stafford. Nobody's saying this about Ryan Tannehill. Nobody's saying this about Kyler Murray.
Matthew Stafford doesn't have an elite tight end.
He has OBJ, Cooper Kupp, who is arguably the best wide receiver in the league. Not only slot, but the best wide receiver in the league.
Right.
With OBJ. We just got scraps off of his dinner plate to go get Deshaun Jackson and put him on this team.
Yeah, Ram scraps. Yeah, it's true.
Roy Woods. They got Woods. Or not Roy Woods. What's his name?
Robert Woods. Yeah.
Robert Woods. I think Roy Woods is an artist or something. He sings or something. But Robert Woods. So do we have Robert Woods, OBJ, and Cooper Kupp?
Well, of course not. Well, I don't know. Renfro might be Cooper. He might be asking for Cooper Kupp money soon, but we'll see.
No, but that's my point, Wi-Fi, is that when you sit here and say, can Carr get it done with 2 number 2s? What other fucking quarterback does that? Aaron Rodgers has the
Drew Brees.
Adams.
Well, he had Michael Thomas. Never mind.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you can't. It's like, come on, bro. When you look across our division, who has the worst wide receiver core?
Who has the best receiving core?
Who has the worst wide receiver core in our division?
Oh, the Raiders, hands down. Yeah.
That's my point. Nobody's sitting here saying, can Patrick Mahomes get it done without Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and Andy Reid?
Because that is the thing. You know what? You bring up a good point, because even the Broncos and the Chargers, it's like, yeah, they don't have a Waller on their team, but TJ Hawkinson, Jared Cook, that's fine. That's fine.
That's my point.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's my point. We don't have to have a Waller. We need wideouts, bro.
Because Jared Cook would be fine. Look at him on the Chargers.
He's not doing shit.
He was against us.
Well, yeah, against us, yeah. But look at Cook. But look at Cook on our team with Carr. Then look at him with Breeze. Look at him with Herbert. Look at him with Rodgers before he came to Carr, and he has his best year with Carr.
Okay, so let me just play devil's advocate, though. Okay,
his career's been going down.
Here's what I'm saying as devil's advocate. Okay. All right, you don't need a top 5 receiver, a top 10, because you know what? Some people like Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett are not top 10 receivers. I would say they're top 15, maybe top 20. And so that's my argument when saying, like, you don't need necessarily a number 1 highest paid wide receiver, but you just need a couple like good pieces, right? And then if you have Waller on top of that, then you have an elite receiving core in every sector of the area. So that's what I'm saying. I know what you're saying, because I'm not saying like, I don't know if we should go get the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Do I think we should get the 15th highest paid receiver in the NFL? Yeah, I do agree with that.
No, but what I'm saying is, do we have Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf on this team?
No, but we should.
That's my point, man.
But you can.
So you can't really talk about it unless you have it. You see what I'm saying?
Metcalf's a draft pick. Tyler Lockett's not making too much money. You can get people like this without getting rid of Darren Waller, who, yes, I know Darren Waller doesn't have the same numbers he has this year. And I'm actually, I just said earlier, I'm pro like Moreau, and, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Yeah. I know Darren Waller did not have the numbers, that he had last year, but he's still a difference maker, generational talent. You could not put a safety on him. Can you put a safety one-on-one with him? You have to double cover him. He's just like Kelce. He's faster than Kelce. And here's the thing with Darren Waller, and here's why he doesn't have that dope of numbers, because you'll see us play various teams like the Bengals, and Uwuzie, their number 1 corner, is covering him. Every single time that Waller's out there, he's not going against a safety or linebackers like Kelsey gets to. He goes against their number one corner straight up every time. Even in the Ravens game, you had freaking Humphreys covering him. So if we did have a Lockett or a Metcalf who's not a top 10 receiver, then I think that's going to free up Waller more, and you'll really see the benefits of that, kind of like what we saw when Ruggs was here. So I guess that would be the argument for keeping Waller.
No, but the thing is, I did say we should have Ruggs, Waller, and a wide receiver. See what I'm saying?
But Raid, we can't have everything, Raid.
Yes, we can. That's the problem. That's the problem. We can. We just don't plan for it. We just don't plan for it. Brother. If we would have just kept Cooper, we would have had Cooper, Ruggs, and Waller.
No, yeah, I mean.
But we didn't. We could have had Ruggs and Nelson Aguilar and Waller still on this team with a better Ruggs, with the Ruggs that was producing what he did this year, right? Then we wouldn't have had to go scramble for Deshaun Jackson, stuff like that. But that's hindsight, right? But we
wouldn't have been able to. We wouldn't have been able to afford Cooper. He was $20 million a year, and then Dak was on the rookie deal still.
We wouldn't be able to afford Cooper because of what? Because of us. Because we make dumbass contracts and we're broke, bro.
Because we are paying Rodney Hudson right now. That's true.
That's what I'm saying. We just went, bro. We're paying $15 million to guys that's not even on the team. We're paying $3 million to a guy that's on the Broncos, bro, and John Brown.
Well, at the same time, though, you're gonna have bad contracts, but I do agree. I do agree. We need to spend some money at receiver.
Corey Littleton, dude. The list can go on. Rodney Hudson, Trent Brown, Kenyon Drake. Like, dude, bad contracts all around. Like, I'm saying, bro, this organization could do much better. We're the only team that says our quarterback needs to get it done with less than a quarterback that's better than him. We'll sit here and talk about we need to replace our quarterback with a quarterback that's better, but that quarterback that we're replacing him with has better weapons on his team than we do on our team. And that's where I get confused, because I want us to be better as a whole team. Forget talking about the quarterback. Can we just get better wide receivers? Can we have a Ruggs and a Cooper on the same team? Can we do that as a football team?
Here's the thing, though.
Come on.
We only have like $3 million in cap space right now, 3 to 5, right?
That's our fault, though.
But but just pretend that a lot of these players, like Rodney Hudson, he wanted to leave. We had no choice in that situation.
That was
we
our
had
fault.
To do
We're
that.
telling them to restructure their contracts because we messed up and gave them the money. Now we're telling them to change it, and when they won't change it, they're like, "Nah, we're out of here." And now we end up starting Andre James and, Alex Leatherwood, I guess, at this point. But before that, it was – who was it?
What do you mean, Illuminor?
Before Alex Leatherwood.
At right tackle? Last year?
No, this year. Because Leatherwood went to guard.
And then he was right tackle.
Before he moved to guard, who was there?
Before he moved to guard, at the right guard, I know Illuminor played some snaps, and then there was but there was one person before Illuminor, and I'm blanking on
Let me get these super chats real quick. Omar says Waller wants to go, which I touched on that a little bit earlier, Omar. I agree with that. I think Waller wants to go. I think he's pussyfooting around this little injury, but we'll see what happens. And ONT6 says, "What up, Ray? Just got home. I want to see more Tyree Gillespie. I'm tired of Abram getting beat in coverage. I like Tyree Gillespie in coverage more than Abram, but I do like Abram around the line." We'll touch on that in a little bit, but yeah, man, I think we should have elite players on our team like other teams, but as a Raider fan, we're just not used to it. And our expectations are set to be like, okay, if we have a decent team, then this is better than what we're used to. But really, how the NFL is set up, we should have really good football players on this football team, bro. And we don't. And that's because of management and poor organization, poor personnel decisions. And the organization issues, man.
Okay, here's where I'm going to – okay, I agree with you for the most part, but here's where I'm going to play some devil's advocate too, which is like the Ruggs thing was not supposed to happen. In most worlds and most alternative universes, the Ruggs thing doesn't happen. I mean, that is so rare, right?
I 100% agree.
So here's the thing. We go into this year, we have Ruggs, we got Waller, we got our crew. we don't have much cap space because Hudson wanted out. Whatever, for whatever reason, whatever. I mean, what do you really do since we don't have much cap space? Who would you have not signed for us to go get a receiver in addition to Ruggs before this year? Because in my opinion, I don't think there is much that the staff could have done. And I think we don't have that much cap in general. Yeah, maybe you can criticize the Drake signing, but we still need a backup running back. I think this team doesn't look as ridiculous if we have Ruggs. I mean, if we have Ruggs, then it's not such a gaping hole because it's like, all right, we're training our budget Tyreek Hill, right? So in my opinion, it's like maybe the roster doesn't look so bad if we got Ruggs. And then who would you really have gotten rid of who we have this year to create enough space to actually get a top 15 wide receiver? There's not really anybody.
But yeah, before this season, I don't know if there was many options for us. I think the biggest thing was, you just take you take steps backwards, get to a certain point. Yeah, we have Ruggs, but did you want to draft Ruggs to Wi-Fi?
I did want CeeDee Lamb, but then my brother kept convincing me for Ruggs.
Wi-Fi. That's my point. We'd have CeeDee Lamb and Cooper like the Cowboys, but we don't.
I'm glad we drafted Ruggs.
Why did Cooper want out of here? I don't know. I don't know the facts or anything about that. So he left. He wanted away from the Raiders. He left. Okay. We go get Ruggs. I didn't want Ruggs. I wanted CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, the better choice was CeeDee Lamb. But
if Ruggs never has this issue, I think Ruggs ends up being the better choice. I know we'll never know that for sure, but just to see how well he was doing this year, like you can't it's unprecedented the amount of speed while being able to still get jump balls. I mean, that's something that's very hard, And I think ultimately, if Ruggs didn't have this happen, he outperformed CeeDee Lamb in his career.
Yeah, but I you make sense. I agree. I agree with that. I think. When you say it like that, I do agree. Because with the speed, he was able to get the jump balls. And against the Eagles, he started to show his route running was getting a little bit more polished when he was doing the slants, out routes, comeback routes. People are afraid. Once people figure out they're afraid of that speed, those comeback routes and those out routes, he'll eat up all day because nobody's gonna jump those against Ruggs. So I think we really missed out on that. But just the fact that it happened to us. Is that a Raider thing or what? I don't know.
It might just be a Raider thing, though.
Is it the organization? Was Rich Bisaccia being too chill and laid back and like, oh, you guys deserve this bye week and off? And I brought this up before, and I think with Gruden, it never happens. That's just my opinion. I think with Gruden, never happens. I think the team is pressed, the players are pressed. With Gruden around, with Gruden on the sidelines. Knowing Gruden, they have to walk into the locker room and seeing Gruden, he might be screaming and hollering and tripping out if you mess up. So I think the pressure was a lot. There was a lot more pressure. But to my point, to say we have to stack talent was we went to go get AB.
Yeah.
So that's talent right there. Not only that, you have a guy like AB, you turn around and you still go get a wide receiver. You could have an AB and a Ruggs. So it's like looking at the fact that we're going in the direction of trying to stack talent, but we just can't.
I see what you're saying, and like that's good. I just want to say that about the Ruggs thing because I don't think the Ruggs thing was a bad draft move.
I'm not saying it's a no. I'm not saying it's a bad draft move. I'm saying we can't stack talent, and other teams do this. They stack talent. Wi-Fi, AB, Cooper, Ruggs, 3 wide receivers, bro.
Now that's Madden stuff, though. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm not saying we could keep them, but I'm saying we don't have any of them.
No, we don't.
At the end of the day, we don't. Bro.
We got Waller.
That's my point. And it's like, and Waller, we picked up on the fly. We got lucky.
How bad would 2019 have been if we didn't pick up Waller?
So for me, it's just hard. It's just hard, man, because we should have a lot of talent on this team. Cleveland Farrell, for instance, isn't even starting. We could have had a starting middle linebacker in Devin White. We could have had Max Crosby and Josh Allen instead. We could have had Ed Oliver at D tackle for a longer contract with Hankins. Stuff like this is just what frustrates me because we should be stacking talent. Instead of Damon Arnett, we should have got Jalen Johnson or something. Just all these different things. And that's what frustrates me.
Yeah.
Was Josh Jacobs that important to where we need to get him in the first round and the Eagles could go get Miles Sanders with the 53rd pick? He wasn't that important, you know? So for
Yeah.
me, it's the decisions that were being made. I feel like it's just hard, man. It's hard for me to defend a lot of these decisions that we do. I feel like we settle for too much, bro. We settle, man, and we can't keep settling. As fans, as a franchise, as content creators, we can't
Yeah.
sit here and settle for this bullshit.
I
There's
still
no
think
reason to
I know we're not stacking talent, but it's like I just feel like it. I mean, I said this already, so I am repeating myself. But like, I believe it looks worse than it is. I think it looks worse than it is because of the Ruggs thing, because of the Gruden thing, because of the Arnett thing.
No,
It all looks worse than it is, in my
I don't
opinion.
think so, man.
The Arnett thing, I'll give you that. That was the Arnett pick was the worst pick under the Gruden era for sure, hands down the worst.
I
Pick.
think the Farrell pick was, but
Arnett didn't even play though. Like, and it wasn't because he was hurt. It was because he's like not good. Farrell at least got on the field, you know.
All right, you got me on that. I mean, those are two bad picks, though.
No, you're right though.
Like horribly,
it is frustrating.
Wi-Fi, horribly bad.
Huh?
Like horribly bad. Like franchise changing bad.
It's part of the Khalil Matt Cooper thing. Yeah, you're right. Those are supposed to be the best picks that turned it all around. I mean, that's true.
Yeah. Franchise changing bad. Like that's how bad it was. And this is what I mean. Like, bro, we're the only fans, the only people that settle for average. And I'm tired of it. I damn near want to boycott this damn team because I'm telling you, bro, people think we could just go, like, for instance, say we want to get a new quarterback, which I wouldn't trip. If there was a dope quarterback out there, like a Herbert, like a Burrow, like a Murray, and we could go get them on a rookie contract and draft him, okay, I'd be down, you know, if we could upgrade quarterback, dope. But we don't have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
We don't have that, right?
No, they wouldn't get it done. No, you're right.
For instance, the Cardinals,
Yeah.
they get Kyler Murray. What the hell did they do? They
got every receiver.
They went and traded for DeAndre Hopkins, bro.
And they got Isabella, and they got freaking Kirk, and they got AJ Green,
Rondale Moore,
and Rondale Moore, and dude, they got. Okay. Would you rather take a receiver first round than an offensive lineman and defensive tackle in this draft?
But I got more to add real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Josh Allen. They go and trade for Diggs.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So even if we get something, we have to go get a talent, bro. These are top tier wide receivers. Devontae Adams, freaking Mike Evans. All these top tier teams have top tier talent. So until we get that talent and surround this whole franchise with talent, then let's go get our quarterback. Let's go get our guy. Or unless we're going to make those moves, but we just don't. And that's why I'm worried because we're not stacking the talent. We're losing it. I don't know if the word is right, but precipitously? Is that right? Is that
something like
right?
that? I mean, I don't know. I don't have a good lexicon.
He's all, I don't have my Webster. But seriously, man. But that's just how I think of it, dude. Like,
maybe that's what's going to happen, though.
You brought up the point about the Ruggs and Gruden. And for me, I already thought it before we got rid of them that we should have got more talent, that we need more talent, that we didn't have enough. That's just my thought process on it, man.
No, I feel you. Like, it's frustrating as you know, when you're somebody who's trying to back Carr up. So I get what you're saying because you know he doesn't have the wide receiver talent, and at the end of the day, you can easily double cover Darren Waller. And then
don't bring up Carr in the convo, man.
I'm not going to bring up Carr, but maybe this is the only thing I'll say about Carr. We have hella cap next year, and it's his last year under contract. I think we're going to let him ride out his contract. And I think what we're going to do, and what I hope we do, load it up like crazy and say, yo, we got you everything right here. If it is not deep AFC Championship Super Bowl, then let's just rebuild. But how many wide receivers are going to take like a 1-year deal like that or a short deal? I just think you try to load it up as much as possible, maybe even make some trades.
That's the thing. Why I wouldn't get receivers on 1-year deals. I would get receivers I like that are good, and then I'm going to keep them. That's the
Yeah,
issue,
because even
bro.
if you get a rookie QB,
The thing is, if you like players, why would you put them on 1-year deals? And that's my thing. That's why I'm like, yo, nobody's going out there to go sign Devontae Adams for a 1-year deal. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
no. And I know you weren't talking about that. I know you were talking about. I know you're talking about some pieces, right?
Right.
My point is the teams that really contenders that people are gonna hype and give credit and be like, oh, they're gonna make the playoffs. You know, they're the division favorites. Are the teams that stack talent, man? And when I asked you earlier, who has the worst wide receiver core in the division, and you say it's us, but we have the most passing yard quarterback with the most passing yards. It makes my fucking brain. I almost have a brain aneurysm. Right?
Here's the one thing I'll say.
What the hell's going on?
I think you're right, but if Tyreek Hill gets in a DUI accident, tears his ACL, then we have a better receiving core than the Chiefs. That's what I'm saying. And I know, you're taking away their best receiver, but we got our best receiver taken away too, right? So I'm just saying, if they had the same, say he gets injured the whole year,
okay.
then we
but even with Ruggs, who has the worst wide receiver core in the division?
Chargers with Ruggs.
No, you're tweaking, bro.
I know Keenan Allen's dope, but Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, they're too similar to me.
You're tripping.
They're too similar. And so, there's no Guyton's your speed guy. I mean, come on,
we just went and got their speed guy off a practice squad from the Jags. What are you talking about?
That's because we got problems right now, Raid. We got a lot of problems that most
teams. Bro, why do we have the fucking problems? Why are we the only people in the division dealing with this shit? We got our wide receiver facing freaking charges, 30 years in prison. We got our coach over here freaking resigning because of some emails from I don't even know when.
Yeah, no, I know. But all I'm saying is
super chat. ONT6 wants to says this time this team has no depth because we can't draft. Just think about the players we could have drafted instead of the ones we did. And this is what I mean, like, bro, it gets frustrating for me because I'm like, let somebody else run the fucking team. Let a fan run the team because they'll run it better than this shit. Like, I'm serious, bro.
When we were saying that the other week, we're like, they should just have one of those mock draft simulators to do the draft, little computer shit, bro.
Just let the fans vote on the draft pick, like, bro. If we let the fans pick on the draft picks, I bet you we'd have a better draft.
Oh no, totally.
We'd have a better draft.
Well, okay, in the first 2 rounds, yeah, but once it gets to the 3rd round, no.
Yeah, it gets shaky.
Yeah.
It's to get too depth. You get too far into the draft. It's like, I don't even know who this guy is. Honestly, 6th and 7th round picks or don't even matter.
But we came up on some of the 5th and 4th round.
That's what I'm saying. 6th and 7th round picks don't matter, bro. Like those are basically undrafted free agents. Like those are practice squad guys. White Tyson says we're supposed to have AB, Ruggs, and Waller. Yeah, that's talent. That's how you stack talent, bro. With Renfro as well. And then whoever's your 5th receiver would be Zay Jones and somebody else.
Here's the thing, though. AB left the Steelers because he was mad about Juju Smith-Schuster. So if we had AB, would he be cool with us taking Ruggs number 1?
I think I don't know. I think he would take Ruggs under his wing. I feel like those two would be cool. I don't know.
But the Juju Smith-Schuster thing, he got mad.
Kind of.
Huh?
I feel like Juju's kind of a fool like AB is too.
I see. Okay. They butted heads. I mean,
I feel like he would have took Ruggs under his wing. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's me. It says Dick Vitale says, Raid, your supers aren't working. What?
They're not? What do you mean they're not?
Omar says, with all the F.
We missed 4? No.
What? Omar says, with all the effed up, DC is the only good thing we have. Omar, you better be careful. The chat going to be attacking you soon if you say stuff like that.
Hey, on offense, besides Waller and Renfro, I mean, yeah, DC is the most valuable player on offense. Straight up.
So Devin White wanted to be a Raider too. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Jihad Ward instead of King Henry. Bro, that's cold, ONT. That's cold. He said boycott the Reds. I'll be getting worked up. Huh?
I mean, I've watched him do bad for so long. At this point, I'm gonna just keep watching him, even if it sucks. Hate to say it, but it's probably true.
Yeah. Yo, appreciate it. Jamie became a new member. Welcome to the squad. Everybody know what to do. Welcome Jamie to the squad. Yes, sir. Jesse already on it. Jamie, man, you better pull up to them all 22s. I want to see you on the stream, brother.
That's a cool little picture.
Got to see you on the stream. Most definitely.
Well, dude, I gotta freaking get some homework, man. My last semester in college. I just want to pop in, say hi. I saw you going live. I always like to pull up. But I got freaking one more semester left, so I got to crunch it and not fail, so I can be done with this.
All right, man. Where you going to school at?
SF State, but I'm online, so I live wherever.
Okay. Yeah, he's online. Yeah. All right, man. Just appreciate you pulling up, brother. Until next time. Wi-Fi Willie, we'll see you again sometime, man. I'm sure we will. Appreciate you.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. All right. Peace out, Raid.
All right. Good luck on your school, bro.
Thanks.
Yo, that was Wi-Fi Willie right there. Just hopped in, yo. Appreciate Wi-Fi pulling up. Always a good time talking to him. He loves to play devil's advocate. Always good to bounce back ideas, healthy debates. Anthony Carver says Raiders going to the AFC Championship is rigged. That boy crazy. Denver's receiver is overrated. You think they overrated? I don't know if they really overrated, man, because Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, and Tim Patrick. Also, Noah Fant. I don't know. I feel like those are pretty cool weapons, man. Hey, Raid, how do you feel about the coin? I don't know. After that Thanksgiving game, it was pretty interesting. The coin's interesting, man, but it's hard to say because it's hard to say, man. It's interesting though. Definitely got to keep an eye on it. If we beat the Washington and then lose to the Chiefs, we got to find the guy with the coin and go tell him to fix some of those last couple of numbers. Last couple of games, tell him to flip the coin one more time for the last couple of games, and we're gonna stomp him out because we need a couple of those wins at the end. Steven Sanders says, "I'm confused. We won last week." Yeah, we did win last week, brother. We did win last week. Got a super from Project 1337. If the Raiders make the playoffs, do we keep DC? Honestly, man, I don't know. You're asking the wrong person, man. Honestly, Project, I feel like you're asking the wrong person because I support Carr. People will say I'm a Carr stans or whatever you call it, but I like Derek Carr. I think he's a quality quarterback. I don't think it'll be that easy to replace Carr. Is my point. I don't think it'll be as easy as people think, and I don't think he gets enough credit as he should. So, Dick Vitale says, "Can you rate the tape on Corey Littleton, please?" Do I have a tape on Corey Littleton? I don't think so, man. But we'll definitely look. We can definitely look this week. We can definitely look this week. I got you, Dick Vitale. Queen Rhetoric says, "LOL, no DC talk." Yeah, I can't be talking about. Yeah, I can't be talking about DC on here, man. LMN Pro. I don't think he's talking about. Marcus says, "Raid, can we talk about how small the margin of error is for DC? Lamar threw 4 picks and still won. Rodgers won 17-0 with a 26 QBR. Brady and Allen have thrown multiple picks in multiple games." Y'all don't want to get me started with DC, man. Y'all don't want to get me started with this team in DC. Marcus, that's why I talk about everything but the quarterback position. I'll talk about the defense on how they give up points real late in the game that lets the team come back. That's why we end up in overtime. That's why the Dolphins and the Cowboys, it's not a coincidence that 2 games, right? Dolphins and Cowboys, we give up points with barely 3 minutes left in the game, and we end up in OT. So that right there, that's the defense. And then the run game has been trash all year. I don't even have to talk about that. I don't even talk about the run game. Josh Jacobs gets 66 yards in regulation against the Cowboys. And people want to say he had a good game. 66 yards. That's not going to do it. 66 yards is not good enough. Ricardo says if we talk in talent, who would we keep from this year? Personally, on the offensive side of the ball, obviously you're keeping both of the running backs. Keep Ingold as your fullback. You got Derek Carr as your quarterback. Your offensive line pretty much stays the same unless you bring in a free agent to replace Brandon Parker, which you probably should. Leatherwood, I wonder if he stays at guard, which he probably will. So I see us replacing a tackle, keeping the rest the same. John Simpson, Andre James, Alex Leatherwood, and Miller will stay the same. I have a feeling it's going to stay the same. I feel like nobody's going to replace them. Don't hate the player, hate the game. So I think that's what it's going to be. As far as wide receiver talent, it could just be flipped over, completely flipped. This wide receiver talent, who knows, man? Who knows? That's the only wide receiver I could see us keeping is Renfro and potentially Deshaun Jackson. Lonnie says, how dare you speak facts? You start speaking facts, people going to come for you. They're going to come for your head. Marcus says he hasn't had a 100-yard game yet and gets a pass every week. Yeah, that's annoying. First round draft pick, not even 100 yards yet. You got to step that shit up. Bill Bond says a half-good quarterback is hard to find. Yeah, half-good quarterback is hard to find. That's why the Washington football team got a Taylor Heineke and shit like that. Susan says, yes, how dare you talk logic and facts? Y'all already know how it goes around here. Y'all be hyping the chest. Greater Raider says it's Derek Carr's fault my light bill high. You watching all because you keep watching the games trying to figure out what the hell the problem is with this team, huh? ONT6 with the super says would you trade for Russell Wilson? What would you give up for him? And if we were to trade for him, would you sign and who would you draft? The thing is, ONT6, I know I posted on my IG. If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Rated Tape. I post a lot on there. I interact with everybody on there. I respond to DMs. I put a lot of polls. I put a lot of questions so you guys can get your answers out there, so you guys can get your whatever it is you want to get out there. I usually respond, and I'm pretty communicative on Instagram. But I don't want Russell Wilson, bro. He's 3-7 on his team. He is a good quarterback. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but I think we still have a decent quarterback that can get it done. Only $19 million. We pay him $19 million next year. We can go stack up a lot of talent around Derek Carr next year. And if he doesn't get it done, if we don't like him, then we get rid of him. And then we go get our guy. And at that point, we would have an offensive line that's experienced. We could fix. We'll have weapons at that point. We'll have contracts done, right? If we want to keep Waller, if we want to keep Max Crosby, all these different things. And then we could draft a quarterback. So then we could sign all these other guys. We could stack up this team with talent and then be on a rookie quarterback deal. That'd be the smartest thing in my opinion. Because if you go sign a Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, you're paying them twice as much as you pay Carr right now. So it's going to be hard to go sign an Allen Robinson and Devontae Adams and then sign a good offensive lineman, defensive tackle, and go get some depth players. So in my personal opinion, I wouldn't want to do that. I would rather go stack up a lot of talent around Derek Carr and this football team right now. And if Derek Carr doesn't get it done, then he's in his last year. It'd be the smartest thing as far as money-wise. It'd be the smartest thing as far as building a team. It'd be the smartest thing. That's in my opinion. That's my opinion, though. If we really want to move on from Derek Carr, you don't do anything next year. You build this fucking team. It's that simple. Build the damn team with some talent and then go draft your guy. So he can inherit a team that has a better defense, that has a better offensive line, that has 2 starting wide receivers with Hunter Renfrow in the slot, Waller at the tight end. You got Jacobs and you have Kenyon Drake. It's that simple. Well, it's not really that simple, right? Because we'll see if we even fucking do that, but y'all get the point. Terrence says pass on Wilson. Wilson has much better coaching staff, better weapons, line than Carr. He's 3-8. It's not about the quarterback. Yeah, I mean, y'all. You think they move Denzel Good to right tackle when he comes back next season? That's an interesting take right there, Shadow. And it just depends really on what it just depends on what they do with Leatherwood, right? Because what if they put Leatherwood back at tackle and give him another offseason or more time to train up, but maybe Good. So I think Good could play right tackle though. And that's kind of it's in our advantage because he's so diverse. He could do a couple of different things. So definitely something we got to look out for. Queen Redder says, become a member of Rated Tape so you can watch the membership lives with us. Yes. And break down film, all 22 film, and pull up to us. Everybody welcome Chaz. Everybody welcome Chaz to the squad. Welcome Chaz to the squad. Yes, sir. Make sure to pull up. Make sure to watch your favorite team, all 22 film, and break down the film with us with the Rated Tape squad. 1T6, my dream offseason would be us keeping Carr, signing A-Rob from the Bears, drafting a defensive tackle, guard, right tackle, wide receiver, maybe a quarterback of the future. That's a mouthful. I could see that. I could say keep Carr, get your quarterback of the future. A-Rob, maybe. I would get A-Rob if Deshaun Jackson comes back. And I would get A-Rob. I would be down for that. D tackle, I don't want to draft a D tackle as much as I want to trade for a proven D tackle. I'd want to trade for a proven, solid defensive tackle like a Leonard Williams, right? Like a Grady Jarrett, something like that. I want proven defensive tackle, a proven offensive lineman at right tackle. I want A-Rob, a proven wide receiver, right? So I want proven talent at this point. SoCal, welcome in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. SoCal, hold up. Did I miss something? Yeah. SoCal, welcome to the squad, SoCal. You already know what it is. Welcome, hey, SoCal in the building. Chaz Edwards pulled up on us. Yes, sir. Chaz, I see you, man. Appreciate you pulling up on us, man. White Tyson in the building. Pete Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, Ohio State Hopkins 2.0. Garrett Wilson's definitely going to have to be on my watch list. Let me put him up here real quick on my watch list. What is it? Garrett Wilson, all right. Okay. Number 5 on Ohio. Definitely got him on my watch list, White Tyson. He says Hopkins 2.0. That's an interesting take. Definitely an interesting take right there. Did I miss something? No, I don't think I missed anything. But, yo, I've been out here for 2.5 hours talking that shit with y'all, talking Raiders football. Appreciate everybody that's pulled up, became a member, Super Chats that's been supporting me. Add me on Instagram if y'all want to link up, get a little bit closer, get in more communication. And I'll respond to DMs most of the time. And that way I'm able to connect a lot more. Because on here, YouTube doesn't have too much of the social media connection as far as me only being able to go live. I do bring people onto the stream sometimes. If you are part of the membership, I will bring you up. If you want to break down the film with me. And Todd Clemens says, I ain't got no Insta. Yeah, it's all good, brother. 510 Raider says, yes, sir, great live. Ray Love in the building, run them likes up. Yeah, if y'all new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if y'all can. Appreciate everybody that's been supporting, everybody that pulled up. It was real fun. Wi-Fi Willie, appreciate you for coming up to the stream, really supporting me, man, for being that devil's advocate. Always very smart brother that always makes me think as well. So definitely appreciate that, man. Yeah, let me get to this last super chat. Someone just popped in. Brandon Abram. I thought that, bro, I don't even want to say it, but, man, I'm sure you've heard before you look like Jermaine Dupri. I'm sorry, but somebody's had to tell you that. He says, we can't draft worth a damn in the first. We need to take a note from the Rams and start trading our first-round picks for proven players. Exactly. So I've been saying this, Brandon. You feel me? I've been saying this. We have to go get proven talent, right? Go send that first-round pick away for proven talent. I don't give a shit who it is. Proven talent. Go get a proven defensive tackle. Send that first-round pick away. Go get a proven defensive tackle instead of drafting one if you're not comfortable, right? Do that instead. If you want to go get a wide receiver instead of drafting one, just send that first-round pick to a proven team, right? Go send that first-round pick to the Washington football team for Terry McLaurin, to the Jags for DJ Chark, to whoever, right? Anybody. Just go get a good, proven NFL talent. And that's kind of what I want to do, Brandon. So appreciate you supporting in the Super Chat. But this is something I definitely agree with, something I definitely want to do. And I feel like we should be doing this. I'm willing to send 2 first-round picks away, but I'll end it on this. If we decide to do that, that means we are keeping Derek Carr. It's that simple. If you trade your first-round picks, especially 2 within the next couple of years, that means you're keeping Derek Carr. So that's the hard part about it, man. It just depends on which way we want to go. I don't care if we keep Carr or not. I just want the organization to make the best decisions possible. Plan for the future. Don't just plan for right now. Just don't be, let's just scramble a bunch of stuff and plan right now to try and win this year. No. If it's going to take us 2 years to get to where we want to be, then we'll sacrifice 2 years because we've sacrificed 20 years already. So what's another 2? But if you tell me we're going to sacrifice 2 years with a plan in mind that we're going to build a team and then go get a quarterback, so then we have a team set to go and take off with a quarterback, then do that. But we need to plan for the future. We can't be having, we're going to do all this stuff and then try to patch it up in the offseason and try to win again. No, plan for the future. And that's kind of just where I am with it, man. We need to have a plan. So appreciate you, the support in the Super Chat. Appreciate everybody pulling up. We was nearly over 300 deep. Hit that like on the way out. Hit the subscribe button if y'all new here. And until